We vibing.
Do you really believe your own?
Oh, hello.
hype that
You need to
much?
fart.
I am the hype.
What build for PoE League? I think I'm going Holy Hammers, but I'm not entirely sure yet. Meowdy. What up, Wigs? What up, Justin? What up, Filthy GGs? Bow, 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 bow. You have to watch us both? Do it. Holy Hammer, what ascendancy? That is a great question. I don't know. Maybe Guardian? What powers do you think we'll see? What power? Oh, for the Warlock? I've already played the Warlock. I've already seen everything that they have for the Warlock. I made a video about it that's going to be coming out soon. I think you guys will be excited. Guardian or Inquisitor? So usually I end up playing a Hierophant, but I think Guardian makes more sense this time around. So yeah, today we're getting the Warlock, and then we're also getting Season 12 stuff. I don't know if we're going to find out more about Lord of Hatred beyond just the Warlock. Like, are we finally going to find out about fishing? Are the Mythic Prankster Nightmare Dungeons still in? As far as I know, I haven't played D4 in a bit though, but as far as I know, they are still available to drop. If anybody who has been playing lately knows the answer to that. They are, but they're way rare. Okay. I mean, that was always the case. I think honestly, if they stay in the game, they should be super rare. What's my name? My name is Riz. You haven't gotten one? I think I found one, maybe two. Zir. Maybe they named him after me. I don't know. This live stream is mainly about Warlock. You didn't know it was just a seasonal thing? Yeah, they're doing a deep dive on the Warlock class, and then they're also doing the reveal for Season 12. And then after this announcement, I don't know if it's after. I shouldn't say that. At some point in the very near future, I'll be able to talk everything about, like, everything that I learned during my trip. Very, very, very soon. Season 12 is just going to be a month. About a month and a half. Yep, probably. I mean, we don't know for sure. They haven't officially announced anything. But we're guessing that starting next Tuesday is the season start, and then it's going to end when the expansion drops. We're guessing. Oh. You really don't want to hang out here, do you? Okay, bye. Do you skip the season and just wait? I'm going to be playing it. I play all the seasons, though. Just so you know, Holy Hammer requires a lot of charge generation, so it's more of an endgame build, not a level. You're right. Yeah, I'm not going to level with it. I mean, depending on when you get the gem, maybe I'll try it, but I wasn't planning on it. Yo, yo, yo! So yeah, we're assuming that season 12 will be March 10 until April 28. And then Lord of Hatred will be on April 28. Although, the question is, will it actually be on the 27th if they do the global launch like they did with Vessel of Hatred? You hope you can go melee Warlock? Well, the image showed them with a big two-handed sword, right? What class am I starting with season 12? Not sure yet. Do you think we'll get a Warlock drop for the next season? No. With the announcement trailer for the Warlock at the end, they showed the 3 dates, and they showed summer for Diablo Immortal. They showed today for Diablo 2. For Diablo 4, it specifically said April 28th. So I don't think we'll get it until Lord of Hatred. Is it possible that that was a fake out? Yes, but I doubt it. So you guys will see very soon. As far as a melee Warlock, kinda, sorta. They always do these while you're in public. You can't listen. I'm planning on doing a summary video. If there's enough to warrant a summary video, then yes. So I will say, I already have a deep dive video scheduled to go live on my YouTube channel. So if all you care about is the Warlock, yes, I got you covered. As far as the season 12 stuff, did I make a video on season 12? I did. So assuming there's big changes from what we learned before and what we know now, probably. But if there's not, then maybe not. We'll see. Season 12 will not end in April. I'm pretty sure it's going to end April 27th or 28th when the expansion drops. I'm pretty sure we're getting a fresh Season 13 when the expansion drops. I can't imagine them dropping an expansion in the middle of a season. The blog post even kind of hinted at that. What did it say specifically? News. You all. More focused, streamlined season that supports our broader roadmap towards the launch of Lord of Hatred. Can't imagine them starting a season the same day as they drop a huge update. They did with Vessel of Hatred. Season 6 started the same day. It was a very minor season that started with Vessel of Hatred. Yeah, so, I mean, this wording pretty much says this is going to last until Lord of Hatred. Supports our broader roadmap towards the launch. If they had plenty of time to work on it, they will. Excited for the reveal? Same. I always pop up when you need to hear something Diablo related. Hell yeah. But yeah, so I'm going to ask all of you guys. I need my YouTube video to do well. If after this stream, if you feel like you already know everything about the Warlock, please watch my video anyways. Even if you just turn it on and walk away, just do it for me. Give it the little thumbs up. What up, Jerry? Would love to see them explore an angelic power set. Could be. Wait. They would just an expansion and new season. Oh, yeah. Drop the link. So, all of my links are in my bio, and it'll be a YouTube video that goes live soon. How much of the video do you have to watch for it to count? You sort of hate YouTube. Honestly, if you're not going to watch the whole thing, it's going to hurt me. Like, the whole thing with YouTube is you want to try to get the best retention possible. So if you're just going to turn it on for 10 seconds, don't even bother. I appreciate you for the effort, but it's going to hurt more than it's going to help. Anyways. Hello. Guys, I'm so excited for today. I've been waiting for this day. I've been waiting for this day for so long. Just sub, will be glad to help. I appreciate that. You're going to watch all of my videos for 30 seconds? Jerry, why would you do that? No, you know what you need to do, though, is you need to watch all of my videos on the slowest speed possible so that it counts for, like, extra watch time What releases today? Nothing releases today. Today they're doing the deep dive on the Warlock class that's coming with Vessel or with Lord of Hatred, and they're doing the full reveal on season 12. They haven't officially announced the date for season 12 yet, but we're expecting it to be March 10th. Your middle toe is cramping. Just your middle toe? Like I don't think I would even be able to tell which one of my toes was cramping. Like it just feels like foot down there. Only less than a week away from right now from season 12 probably. From the expansion we got like a month and a half still. Misha gets mad at me when she finds out you watch it 1.5 times. I mean, that does hurt your attention, unfortunately. Middle only seems strange. That's what I'm saying. They disabled the chat on YouTube. Yeah, I think they only keep it going on Twitch, so that because mostly for the Q&A, so they can just focus on reading just one chat. We think the next season's we think the new season is next week, but they haven't officially announced it. We'll get a date for sure today, but we're pretty sure it's next Tuesday. Took off work on Tuesday and Wednesday to play. You're so excited. Hopefully it is next Tuesday. We're pretty sure. We're pretty sure. Do you think they would ever introduce a proper healer? I don't think we'll ever get an exclusive healer, but I could see a class that has a few heals in their arsenal. Like I think Paladin has some healing, right? Like in Diablo 2, you could heal with like Holy Bolt. I think it has some in here. You're about to explode of excitement. I think it'll just be an event to pass time until. So it does feel like it's kind of a short little filler season. However, if you guys watch my video about there was a way to get into the there was a way to get into the seasonal ranks on the PTR, and there was some stuff in there that they didn't announce, like being the butcher and like going into slaughterhouses and trying to cover the ground in blood and stuff like that. So it could be kind of neat. Thank you for the biddies. I appreciate it. How much is it now? I don't know. Why do you need a healer? Nothing kills you slow enough to justify a healer. That's true. That's true. Let's see. How much even is the game right now? Diablo 4. So you can get the deluxe edition of the expansion is $60. The standard is 40. So base game with expansion 70. And then you can get the expansion alone for 40, up to 90. Let me scroll back up here. I missed some things. Did I beat Resident Evil? I haven't played it yet. I do want to play it, but there's just too much ARPG stuff going on right now. What do I think needs improvement in D4's endgame? Yes. But I think Lord of Hatred is going to be doing a lot of those improvements. I think everything needs improvements right now, but I think they're doing a lot of cool shit. The war plans looks really promising. The Herodric Cube's really exciting. I'm excited to see talismans. The fact we're getting a loot filter is huge. Diablo's type of the game where you either get one-shotted or you don't take damage at all. That is very true. That is very true. I feel like they're going to do more than a quick season or they wouldn't do a short season. I think that they're absolutely doing a short season to lead into the expansion. You saw a new mount glitch in the mount select a while ago. Was it the one with like the big purple triangle, like the upside down triangle? Any thoughts on war plans? You can't really understand how it helps you. So the war plans, basically you go to a board and it gives you it's kind of like a Slay the Spire type board, right? So like you get to pick different paths on it, and like you get to choose which activity you want to do, and whichever one, like the activities have different buffs on them, so you'll get more rewards. So you might have this activity that I do like, but the rewards aren't great, versus this activity I don't like as much, but better rewards. So you might choose to do that one instead. And then as you finish these paths, you're unlocking points on like a meta progression tree, kind of like the Atlas tree in PoE, where you can customize it and make it more difficult, get more rewards, have it become more exciting. So you're kind of building out the end game the way that you want it to be. Am I live on YT? Yes, I am. I'm live all three places. Keeps buffering. It's unwatchable. That's weird. I haven't dropped any frames, so I think that's a you thing. I think. Oh, the Chimera is. I believe that is the new Lord of Hatred pet type, right? Diablo would benefit by taking the Lost Ark route with the scummy monetization. That's why I asked about healer. Oh, without the scummy monetization. Yeah, I mean, they have Diablo Immortal for the scummy monetization already, right? You just checked my YouTube. It's not buffering at all? Okay. Yeah, I believe, hold on. Let me pull up the game real quick. What was that sound? Where? Oh, so he is. He is. He's right. He's right there.
Moo, moo, moo.
Is that another
Moo,
energy?
moo,
Oh,
moo,
always.
Moo.
Always. I got this one because it has green and purple. You forgot that game existed, Immortal? Yeah. Like, I liked the idea of Immortal, but it was just so money hungry that I said screw it. Is this audio too loud? It seems loud to me. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit, just a little bit. I'll turn it up or down when. But yeah, mount. Hello. Stable. I forgot how to play this game. Yeah, there's the Basilisk. This guy. So yeah, it seems like this is the new mount type for the expansion. Okay, this music, they're really leaning into like the whole, the Warlock is like the heavy metal class, huh? There's another one called Chimera? Oh, interesting. That one I haven't seen then. Just figured out yesterday that Warframe has a mobile version you can play with console PC. Interesting. One of these days I need to try that game. People are always talking about it, but drink the Lotus energy drinks. They're healthier. I don't care about healthy. Lotus energy drinks. I've never heard of them. What is the new class? Warlock. We're going to get the deep dive today. Plant-based customizable energy concentrate. Never heard of it. Longest 3 minutes of your life? Seriously. When you think energy drink, the first thing that comes to your mind is health, right? Here for a good time, not for a long time, right? Isn't Sorcerer and Warlock kind of the same? So when I heard about Warlock, I felt like that sounds way too much like Necromancer. And then I played it. I got to play the Warlock back in January. Nope, not the same at all. You get it for free if you have the last character. If you pre-order the expansion, I believe that's part of it. Can you ask them to fix the latent Sunder drop rate because it's too common right now? Yeah, I'll ask them to make it more rare. Warlock's super fun. The D2 one, the D4 one's pretty fun too. Yeah, it felt like none of the other classes to me. I don't like Necromancer. I had a blast playing the Warlock. What up, Tim? How you doing? Yeah, so they put the Warlock in Diablo 2 to kind of set the stage for the Diablo 4 Warlock. That way he doesn't feel like he doesn't belong in the world. It feels like he's kind of always been there. At least that's what their philosophy is. Don't like anything other than Dex builds. What if the Warlock was Dex? I'm not saying it is, but is the update coming out now? Today is the deep dive. The new season, we're guessing, starts next Tuesday. The expansion is April 28th. Is stream lagging for anybody on Twitch? I've dropped 0 frames. Is anybody else dropping frames? Or lagging or anything? You're good? Okay. Huh. Seems like a lot of people are having issues today, but it seems fine on my end. Warlock willpower? Maybe. Maybe. I'm not allowed to say yet. I can talk about everything soon. Soon. And I will. We have 2 int characters, 2 dex characters, 1 willpower, and 2 strength. Correct. Correct. Well, I keep the VOD up on Twitch. Yes. But also, you should watch my YouTube
Hello
video.
everyone, and welcome to the Season 12 Developer Update stream and the Warlock Deep Dive. My name is Marcus Kretz. I'm a community
Pre-recorded,
manager here at
huh?
Blizzard Entertainment, and we've got a jam-packed show for you today. But
Or is
first
this
things
just a new
first,
set?
Twitch drops are live. Watch any eligible channel on the Diablo 4 category, and you can grab this Omen's Glimpse wand cosmetic for 30
it's live.
minutes.
New set.
And if you watch for 1 hour, you can earn
Twitch
the
shop should be
Siphon
on,
of
yep.
Male Faction Scythe cosmetic. Now we've got a lot to share today as we dive into the makeup, development, and skills of the Warlock class. And then on the second half of the stream, we're going to be talking about everything coming with our upcoming season launching on March 11th.
I don't see them live yet, but they should
I want
be.
to recap to everyone. We do have the Lord of Hatred expansion arriving on April 28th. To take you through everything coming there, we've got this handy infographic. Lord of Hatred brings an epic new campaign. We'll have 2 new classes with the Paladin.
Did he say
and the
March
Warlock.
11th?
There's going to be a whole new region with Scovos. There's going to be massive system overhauls and an expanded endgame. So there's a ton.
That looks
to
like a
check out
Doom
there
logo.
on April
That looks like a
28th
Doom
when Lord of
logo.
Hatred arrives.
If you watch my stream, if you watch on
we have a
Twitch.
fantastic video to share with you that goes over everything coming with this dark, dark class, the Warlock. Take it away.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining us for the official Warlock Deep Dive. We're excited to get into the details, including some backstory, their visual and archetype design, and mechanics. Let's jump in.
Hey everyone, I'm JP Reinmiller, Associate Art Director for Diablo 4, and I'm really excited to be here sharing more about the
I don't think the
Warlock,
drops are
its
working.
story, and the visual design that brings it
Thank you
to
for the
life.
follow.
When we started talking about the Warlock, the very first thing we aligned on was that this character stands fully unleashed at the height of their strength.
Moo.
you for the follow.
Warlock is not a clean hero. Not someone who's throwing fireballs
Thank you for
from
the
a safe
roses.
distance and walking away spotless. But rather, a dark caster who's made a very conscious decision to use demons as tools. The Warlock emerges from the shadows as a practitioner of forbidden arts, shaped by the dark legacy of the Vizrai, haunted by demons, burdened with infernal insight, and feared by pretty much everyone. They have a presence about them that takes over the room. They've been through so much and have so much power that you both want to run with them and are scared of them. They've come from a really corrupt history. They've seen hell up close. And because of that, the way they summon demons isn't elegant or ceremonial. It's violent. You're ripping something out of hell against its will and forcing it into sanctuary. You don't always know what you might get, and that struggle between this dark evil and the hero you are is core to
Yeah,
the
drops
fantasy.
are working.
What I love about the Warlock is that they sit right on that line between hero and something a little more dangerous. They're trying to save Sanctuary, but they're willing to do things that no one else will. There's no regret about collateral damage. It's very much, I don't have a choice. This has to be done. And we wanted that to come through not just in the spells, but in how they move, how they stand, how they occupy space. They can take a hit and hit back in ways we've never done before in the Diablo game. That's really the heart of the class. You're asserting dominance over hell itself, and everything about the Warlock, narratively,
The Armageddon,
visually, and
Armageddon
mechanically
ultimate,
reinforces that idea.
sick.
When we were figuring out the visual direction for the Warlock, we knew pretty early on we didn't want them to feel like a traditional fantasy caster. No flowing robes, no pristine silhouettes, no fancy elegance. The touchstones we kept coming back to were
They are not
rebellion
elegant.
and metal. That feeling of someone who's been through hell, literally, and came back changed by it.
That looked like a Doom
Visually,
logo.
we wanted the Warlock to feel intimidating. To be honest, a lot of that inspiration comes from metal music culture. It's loud and aggressive, and that idea translated really naturally into how the Warlock moves, how they cast,
What up, system?
how they carry themselves. This is someone
is
who's
sick
walked
looking.
the edge for a long time. Like if someone microdosed soul shards until
That
they
would be a
found the
sick
right
collab,
amount.
wouldn't it?
So we leaned
And they
into
did
the
say there's a
color vibe
collab
of
coming with
working in
season
a
12.
machine shop and having the oil and dirt on you. There's grit in the materials, texture in the surfaces, and weight in the way everything hangs off the body. Nothing feels ornamental for ornament's sake. They're not trying to look heroic. They look the way they do because that's what surviving hell does to you. Everything visually is there to support that story. Layered atop this is a visual design where strong demonic colors of VFX
Any
intertwine
D2R
with
news?
physical
I don't think
motion that sets the stage for their lore as a caster.
What's the main
who
stat you
bends
need to know? Is
demons
it
and
int?
infernal
Yeah, I can't say
forces
yet.
to their will, giving the class an otherworldly
But no,
presence.
it's not int.
There's a unique aspect to how we crafted this hero. Character art was a huge part of this class from the beginning.
I'm going to be going through this
With
looking
so many
frame by
assets
frame at
needed to
everything
be
that they're
created
showing
for
here.
the demons, we had to work closely as a feature team to pair all the visual elements of VFX, animation, and character art to help make the demons feel a part of the class in a way.
I want
that
more of this
flowed
shit. I like this
through
shit.
The Warlock's visual design.
Thank you for the
With a
follow.
balanced approach to animation and VFX, the demonology, shadow, and fire bring that raw, unfiltered power to life in the Warlock. Every moment is deliberate.
These guys are
heavy,
cool.
And echoes the physical toll of wielding Hell's energy. When you cast, you're forcing something into existence, and the visuals match that intensity. Our effects team went all in to make Warlock feel unique, with a strong identity rooted in danger. Summoning demons is an eruption of Hellforged energy, fire, and twisted
These new
light.
areas look cool. I did not get
We
to see
wanted
these
the
when I played.
VFX to accentuate the animation with a focus on feel and movement. That's why when you see the skills, they are crafted with aggressive shapes and relentless motion. Whether it's
Yeah,
tearing
our
open
team's
a
great.
portal or binding a demon, you always get a sense of chaos barely held in check, and the battlefield transforms with every cast.
Warlock is a willpower-based class.
Willpower!
focused on dominating the battlefield. They use two different
He said the
resources. Wrath
Oh, so
brings
smooth.
chaotic destruction,
So smooth.
and dominance to summon powerful demons. To define the Warlock as a class, we focus on what it will empower players to do and how they will interact with the world. First, you create. You're constantly bringing things into the world. Demons, demon parts, manifestations of
Yeah,
power.
that's Bjorn.
For example, you might command Fallen to path through the environment.
That's a basic skill.
Or you might block off areas with
That's a
Wall of
defensive
Agony,
skill.
actively shaping the battlefield with your summoned creations. Then you control. A lot of your power comes from deciding where those demons go, how long
There
they
could be
stay
willpower,
alive,
yeah.
and what state they're in. You're controlling the battlefield by positioning and commanding demons while locking down enemies.
I wish their
This is
audio
where
was a little
Warlock
louder.
Really
This is max
able to
volume for
flex
me.
its willpower and feel a sense of deliberate domination. You
After this,
could
can I talk
order
more
the
about it?
tortured wretch to
When my
taunt foes
NDA
with
is up.
reckless attacks, or direct the profane sentinel to blast your chosen target. Every action is an announcement of your authority over the chaos you've summoned. And finally, you combo. Almost nothing exists in isolation. You're encouraged to chain interactions, summon something, modify it, consume it, detonate it, or use it to empower the next action. The system rewards you for thinking a step ahead. Kill both enemies and demons swiftly with bombardment.
Show the big hand.
Fueling Sigil of Summons to unleash.
It needs to
the
be
next
April. Yeah,
wave.
this class is so sick. I am 100%
What's
maining
important
this
is that
class
these
when the
layers
expansion drops.
feed into each other. Creating gives you options. Control lets you shape those options. And comboing.
So
turns
that
them
skull
into-
thing, that purple version,
Warlock
you
isn't
can
just
specifically
executing
channel it and control where it
It's
goes
about
wherever
building
you
a
want
small
to.
ecosystem in combat.
I was making
and
it
then
do donuts
deciding
in the
how
training grounds.
aggressively or how
Thank you for the
cleverly
subby. Appreciate
you
it.
want to collapse it.
The tier 3 subby, holy moly.
The core idea behind Soul Shards is really about transformations, saying, I'm not just summoning demons anymore. I'm actually incorporating hell into myself.
Move.
With
Thank you
the
for the
Soul
follow.
Shard system, you fuse a demon straight into your body. Picking a Soul Shard is the rulebook for everything
If they
you
did
do
that
in the game,
animation
shaping
when
your
I played it,
powers
I did
and
not
how you
notice
play
it.
from the ground up. You choose from 4 primary shards. Each shard represents a fundamentally different playstyle direction, mutating your character by stealing powers from hell and your bound demon.
Tell us Diablo's
Each
middle name,
primary
Franklin.
shard does 2 major things. First, it grants a transformative playstyle passive that alters your core gameplay loop. How you summon demons, how you control them, and how you chain effects together. Second, it binds a specific demon pet to you, directly tied to the shard's identity. Within each
Is this for
primary
season
shard,
13?
you then
Probably.
select one of 3 fragment sub-objects.
Yeah, no, it's probably
Fragment
13.
Pack has specialization layers. They don't change what the shard is, but they absolutely change how it behaves, what you prioritize, what resources you lean on, and how your abilities interact. The result is that the shards open up new and unique transformative options for how you interact with the world.
The
and
Hellhound.
influence. When you see a warlock in action, you can tell what they chose, not because of a tooltip, but because of how
Big
their
doggy.
gameplay unfolds. One of the big pillars of the Warlock is that although you're a summoner of hell, these entities are not behaving like conventional pets. Most summons are temporary. Warlocks brutally discard them once they have served their purpose. But with a Soul Shard, you choose to persistently bind one of 4 powerful demons to supercharge your playstyle. With Legion, the focus is on biological demon generation. This demon specializes in spawning physical demonic bodies into the world. Mechanically, that gives you more entities to control, reposition, and chain together, which supports builds that scale through volume and chaotic pressure. Here you have the demon Agram, who embodies this chaotic approach. Using its Spit command, Agram can unleash corrosive projectiles across the battlefield that
Thank you for the
burst
follow.
into smaller demons on impact. As you command Agram and other lesser demons, their deaths fuel your power to summon greater demons. Every spawned lesser demon serves as a resource, amplifying your summoning potential and enabling more dramatic,
Is it OP?
high-impact plays.
I didn't get
The
to test it
system
at max
encourages
level.
you to
so I don't
continuously
know.
generate, sacrifice, and leverage these demonic minions.
Felt pretty good, though.
Creating a feedback loop where the chaos you unleash becomes the fuel for even more formidable monsters to join your legion. Vanguard shifts the system
I'm
towards
pretty sure I'm playing
mobility and
Vanguard.
frontline presence. The fiery steed Abodian functions as an aggressive, speedy means of closing gaps. It's designed for players who want to
They
push
keep saying your
forward,
name?
create openings, and apply pressure through motion.
Hopefully Warlock replaces your
With
love for
Abodian's
Necromancer on
charge,
Diablo Immortal.
the Warlock surges across the
Yeah, I don't know
battlefield
anything about
in
the
blades of
Immortal
hellfire,
version.
pulling foes along and instantly repositioning for the next attack. Mastermind moves things in a more
Mastermind's cool,
control-oriented
too.
direction. The devouring shadow demon Lalish undermines your enemies and attacks on your command.
Wait, what?
It favors
Volish?
players
Is
who
that how
enjoy
it's
planning
pronounced?
ahead
Oh,
and
well.
creating layered
I said that wrong in my video.
Executing Lalish's Terror Realm consumes foes while cloaking the Warlock in Shadow Flow.
Warlock looks hype. It's
allowing
good.
you to remain
It's so much
free
fun.
while
You guys are gonna
issuing
love it.
direct commands to your abyssal demons. This devastating maneuver lets you orchestrate surprise assaults, manipulating enemy placement and inflicting terror. The synergy between Shadow Form and Abyss Demon control.
Is it not out yet on
turns
4?
the
No, not
battlefield
until
into
April
your
28th
personal
when Lord of
chessboard.
Hatred comes out.
Ritualist is deliberately different. This demon exists primarily as a sacrificial resource. You're siphoning power from it to generate bursts of strength, trading an offensive pet for spikes in your damage and efficiency. When you channel the might of Valak, you're tapping into a wellspring of forbidden magic.
You like the effect colors?
By
Yeah.
draining Valak's essence,
The
you
first
can
thing I
unleash
thought when I started playing
empowered
is that's a whole lot of
spell
pink and
like
purple.
trapping enemies in shadowy confinement.
It's
with
not
dark
halfway through the
prison
season. Season
before
12 is gonna be a
detonating
short
the
season.
battlefield with hell fractures. Valak's unique.
I have
weapon
no idea if the DLC has a good amount of
supercharges
content.
your
I haven't got to
Hellfire
play anything
and Abyss
other than the
abilities,
Warlock.
making every cast
And it
more
was not in the new
devastating
areas.
and allowing your Warlock to bend the materials of hell to their will in moments of explosive power. Hopefully you can see how picking your bound demon is more than just window dressing. It's the linchpin that turns every fight into your personal stage.
What sets the Warlock apart is the sheer freedom you have to define your power. There are countless ways to customize your skills.
So I got really
Every
excited. Yeah,
level
they flew
unlocks
me
new
out in
options that
January
let
to
you
Blizzard
reshape
headquarters
your
to try
build
it. It was
on the
super
fly.
cool. And I have a video going live
Many of the Warlock's
soonish
most iconic
about it. I'm
abilities
very
don't
excited.
just have a single expression. They can be radically reshaped through variants that change how the power manifests in combat.
Thank you for the follow.
Each
Appreciate it.
variant pushes the ability in a distinct direction, letting you lean into overwhelming chaos, precise
that's-
command,
I'm like, who's
or
his voice?
personal
It's Colin.
dominance.
Okay.
Whether
As
you're
soon as today?
amplifying demonic force,
Maybe.
directing it with intent, or consuming it to become the weapon yourself, these variants ensure that every major
Leak the
summon
video
reflects your
soon.
chosen
Very
playstyle
soon.
and reinforces
Very
how
soon.
you want your Warlock to engage in the battlefield.
Very soon.
Let's dive right into the Warlock skill variant.
Will it be free to play? No, it comes with Lord of
Rampage.
Hatred.
You unleash a rampaging demon brute onto the battlefield, a living engine of chaos that smashes through anything unlucky enough to stand in its way. Abyssal Titan. The demon brute
Spiritborn's
becomes
the best
an Abyssal
character?
Titan,
How do I know Colin?
larger
He was
and
your buddy in
imbued
high
with
school.
shadows of hell. You may directly
I mean,
order this
I
brute
met
to
him at
perform
Blizzard
devastating
headquarters.
leap attacks. Demonic Smash. You consume the brute's power, gaining demon form and allowing you yourself to jump into the battlefield. Sigil
What up,
of
BT?
Summons. Perform occult rituals to summon additional demons. Customize how you perform this ritual and what comes out. Summon Succubus. Summon 2 greater succubi that inflict terrible, terrible shadow
You haven't played
damage.
with since when Spiritborn dropped?
Summon Hellworm.
Yeah, it's changed a lot since then.
Summon a Hellworm that mimics your own demon summoning, summoning even
Looks cool,
more
doesn't do
demons.
much damage, doesn't clear
Fiend
well.
of Abaddon. You summon a towering demon juggernaut, wielding a massive health-forged greatsword that cleaves through the battlefield in unstoppable arcs of destruction. Abyssal Colossus. You may now order the Fiend to perform an enormous two-fisted smash that pulls in enemies.
They have better footage of the spells than I
Vanguard of
did.
Flames. This Fiend is now bound directly to you.
I had to scramble
moving with
so
you
hard
and
in
allowing
2
you
hours to
charge
try to
into
get
battle.
footage of everything,
This
and
is
oh man, I
especially
missed some
cool
stuff,
with
but
the
I did my
Rampage
best.
Demonic Smash variant, since you can leap yourself with this Fiend attached to you. We're so
It's like they have a whole
excited
team,
for all of
right?
you to shape
And
your
full,
Warlock
like,
playstyle
unlimited
with
access.
your own devastating abilities.
Got
and
your
unique
insight on
things.
D2R's game changer for Warlock? Yeah.
Options are as
Yeah.
dynamic as they are powerful. Dive deep and discover the combinations that unleash your
Brimstone!
true potential.
Moo.
That wraps
Thank you
up
for
our
the follow.
Warlock deep dive for now. Thank you
Okay,
to our
okay.
incredible community for your ongoing passion.
My video
and
goes a little deeper than
enthusiasm.
that does.
Your excitement and feedback have helped
But their
shape
video
every step
looked
of our
better.
journey.
But
We
it is
can't
what it
wait
is.
to see how you make the Warlock's power your own.
April 28th. Confirmed. Season 12 time.
There you have it.
Oh, man.
The Warlock.
Yeah, the set looks so much
Hot
better.
Damn, that looks amazing. And who better to get into everything than Colin and Bjorn? Welcome back to the stream.
Awesome. Thanks.
Hell yeah. So first things first, I gotta ask you guys, why the Warlock?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. So, you know, Lord of Hatred as an expansion has this core theme
Giving you Blood Knight
of sort
vibes?
of heaven versus hell.
How does
also
Warlock look?
This sort of duality of old versus new. There's going to be a lot of returning things that you're going to see from older games, like some of the monsters you might have seen, as well as like new things like the Warlock. So, you know, we felt
sure they'll
like
show
when
it.
we're
I'm sure they'll show
when
it.
we wanted to sort of deliver 2 classes in this expansion, we
Looks
felt
cool.
what better way to sort of embody this idea than like the holy paladin who walks the light. Very straightforward, very good, very simple.
You like
know,
Bjorn's
just wanna
shirt?
Blast demons with holy energy.
I think they sell that
And then we
one
wanted
on the
that
shop,
Sort of contrast
I think.
with the Warlock, who's sort of this edgelord, brutal demonologist. You know, uses hell's power.
How many new characters?
You know, draws
So
on demons
with the
from-
expand,
from
like the Paladin was the
burning
pre-order
hell. So we
bonus,
felt
and then
like
with the
that
release of
really
the
just
expansion,
sort
we get
of-
the Warlock.
That contrast set each other apart, like these classes, in a really cool way. And I think, you know, from the class design side, Bjorn, you designed the class. You know, I think when we looked at it, what were some of the things we're
Thank you
looking
for the
for
follow.
in terms of like carving out a new place in our roster? This is our 8th class now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. When we're looking at kind of what classes can do, we're taking into account like each of their different play styles. And so with the Warlock, what we were really kind of honed in on was the ideas of like different sort of like summon-based gameplay that we hadn't explored as
Does make me
deeply yet.
wonder if that's
So
setting
with
a
the Warlock,
precedence for
instance,
2
it's less
in the
about
future.
kind of the other things that you've seen before, maybe of like having like large
Or if we'll go
standing
back to
armies that
1.
are constantly fighting for you, and instead it's kind of exploring, for instance, like temporary summons that you're going to kill off, or
3 in the next
one
one?
big summon that
Maybe.
you're like really completely in control of, while also sort of exploring how that affects the Warlock when they're doing that, like how they're affected by the shadows or how they take on the form of demon form.
Yeah, like I loved it in the video how like the Warlock is not standing at the back, like they're right in there flinging demons, you know, like a
Got
little
the
meat
pre-order and
trebuchets.
could not
Like,
get into
it's
the
very
Paladin. He
awesome
felt
to
too
see.
slow.
And,
I mean,
yeah,
all
there's
the
so much
classes
to
feel
chew
slow
on
early level.
with the class. Like, what are you both most excited
Kind of
for
excited for
to get
season 12
into?
next week. New skill tree.
Yeah,
No, the
I
new
think,
skill trees are not coming till the
one thing
expansion.
on that, 'cause I love
Unless
what
they
you said about
surprise
the
us
Warlock
with
being
it.
in the front, something we
But
talked
I'm
a
not
lot
expecting
about
them until
on
April
sort of
28th.
the broader roster.
This game
is that
worth
this
going
is a
back to? I think
caster
so.
and a
The game has
summoner,
changed a
but
lot.
we wanted it to feel different to like the sorcerer.
What are they
and
gonna do with
necromancer.
D3?
So
Yeah, I don't know
something
if
we
they'll do
talked a
anything
lot
with
about
D3 or not.
internally is like if they all got into a bar fight, like the Warlock would just like kick all their asses, right? And he's like ripped, he has a 6-pack,
Yeah.
and he's there to beat some ass. So, but you know, in terms of what
What's
we're
the new
really
season
excited
about? They haven't
I'd say,
announced
like, one
it
of,
fully yet.
the
It's a
things that we
butcher
didn't really
season
touch on that I'm
with
very
kill
excited about
streaks.
is
they haven't told
the
us
sort
much.
of new mechanic the Warlock introduces and can take advantage of, and that's demon form. So demon form actually allows you yourself to turn into a demon and absorb some of the power of the demons that you can summon. You saw
When's
that
the new
on
season?
Rampage,
So we
where
thought it
you
was
can
going to be the
actually, like,
10th,
leap
but some
yourself
people
into
are
battle
saying
and
that they
just crush
thought
that
they said the
demon inside
11th
of you and it
earlier.
lets you leap. Another is like you saw
I guess we'll find
maybe
out.
in the video where you rip this demon head out of the ground and it starts spewing fire. When you're the demon, you actually just get to spew this fire from your mouth itself, and we just think that that's such a badass way to play. And I think one of the really cool things about demon form itself is that the ultimate metamorphosis allows you to swap back and forth between
Thank you for
human
the follow.
form and
Yeah.
demon form.
The-
And
this-
what that
they're
means
doing
is you actually
sets
get sort
with
of
the
like almost
talisman.
like 10 different abilities you get to play with, because demon form is going to replace
Which is
some of
like
the abilities. I know that
kinda
you
like
spent a lot of
charms,
time, like,
where you
thinking
sock
about
it
how you
into
want this
a-
to play out.
Yeah,
circle
yeah,
thing?
I mean, and even talking
We're getting
to
Mephisto
kind of
and
what
Diablo
you're
in the news.
saying,
We're
like,
getting
sort of
Mephisto
leveraging
for
the
sure.
new
We don't know about
systems kind of
Diablo.
that we have. So specifically the new skill tree, having all the new variants in it too, kind of let us really explore that. So for instance, like all of those Archfiend skills
Season
we're
12 next
talking
week?
about, they all have a version where it's like, now I want to do the thing as a demon myself.
And it's
so,
going to be
like,
a short
that's always
one.
a thing you can say,
Yeah.
like, hey, I just want the infernal breath. Like, I want to be able to breathe fire. You can always just take that variant. And
Still
put it
waiting
into your
officially
skill
to
kit.
see a date.
But kind of, as you're saying, Metamorphosis is that additional option of like, hey, maybe I always want to be able to summon the fire-breathing head, but then Metamorphosis lets me essentially dynamically swap which variant
Raising
I
level
have
this
equipped
season?
mid-fight
That's also
to
13.
Sort of get that additional
Everything
skill
from the
bar,
expansion is
essentially.
coming with 13.
Which I
Probably.
think is a really neat kind of way to let you build, kind of whether or not you want to go all in on the fire breath, or if you wanted to swap back and forth between summoning and doing it yourself, which I think is pretty neat.
Yeah, it's really like a unique play style in that you summon a
The-
bunch
yeah,
of
the
these
cube is coming in
arcane
with the
greater
expansion
demons
also.
and swap
Yep.
in a demon form to really build back up dominance to use them yourself. I think like it also goes back to that like duality that we've been talking about for Lord of Hatred. You know, the Warlock itself is like a pretty crunchy and complicated class in contrast to the Paladin, right? The Paladin's very straightforward, whereas the Warlock is much
Druid,
more
Necro,
sort of,
Sork combo?
I don't want to say intelligent,
sorta.
but a little bit more methodical.
You got the Pally, you get the Warlock,
and there's
yep.
a lot to get into on the build crafting and system side that we're really excited to sort of have everyone play with.
Yeah, I think it's so cool that like I liked what you said about like how the Warlock can embody demons. It's like the Warlock's not going to tell the demons to do anything he's not willing to do himself.
Thought they were
Yeah,
planning
yeah.
mid-season
Get in there,
release,
get
so the
dirty.
new expansion will
and
be
it
in the
really,
middle of
like,
season
you get
12.
to pick,
No,
like,
it's
do
just
I
going to be a
wanna
short
just do
season
it
12.
myself, or do I wanna
Almost
tell
for
the
sure.
demons
They haven't
explicitly?
officially
You saw
announced
that
it
with
yet.
Shadow Form, where like the Warlock snuck up on a group of enemies. They didn't even know he was there and blew them all up. Or you can really lean into that like chaos of just summoning, you know, hundreds of demons that are all going to die and fuel your energy.
Yeah, it's a super intense class fantasy, and Bjorn, I like what you said about the skill variants. Like it opens up a ton of
The
different.
Warlock comes
possibilities.
April 28th.
You know, with those possibilities, it also brings the question of like, how are you and the team going to approach class balance as the Lord of Hatred expansion comes out? There's
Also,
gonna be a ton
Marcus
to
is
work
so
with.
much taller
Yeah,
in
we
person
want
than
it
I
to be fun,
expected.
so it's going to tear shit up. But I think, you know, really balance, like the name implies, it's a sliding scale. And we use this approach even in seasons when we do collectible powers or anything new.
Thought
We
there was
know
a
there's
dev-
learning
it's a
curve
dev stream,
to,
that's what we're watching right
learning a
now.
new class or anything in the game. So we generally err on the side of it being a little bit stronger to sort of make up for that learning curve. But we also, just on the side of like with anything new, we want to make sure that there's a lot of different ways to play the class. So we're going to generally make sure that, you know, no matter what option you pick, you're going to feel powerful, you're going to feel badass and awesome. So, you know, we're going to do our best to make sure that it's not completely destroying the game, but what we care
Well, I have a
about
recording
a
of
lot
this
is that
posted
the
later.
class feels powerful, and you're gonna
I
lot
have
of
a
different
full
options that are gonna
video
feel
coming out
punchy and
soon
cool.
about the
That's awesome.
Warlock.
Yeah, it's really cool to know that there's going to be a class with like a really high ceiling that you can, explore and get to know and really.
But then the season's 12 stuff, I don't know yet.
Min-max
We'll
to
see.
max when it comes
yeah.
out. So that's awesome. So Colin, Bjorn, thank you so much. Really appreciate you being here. We are going to have Colin and Bjorn come back towards the end of the stream for Q&A. So if you have any questions for Colin and Bjorn,
Is
please
level cap
drop
going
them in
with the
Twitch chat.
expansion?
We'll
It
be
goes to
collecting those
70.
and saving them for later.
Did I play
But
the
we
Warlock
do
in
wanna
D2R?
share with
Oh,
you,
yeah.
Before Lord of Hatred comes out, we actually do have some extra bonuses if you pre-order that are themed around the Warlock, which is really cool.
Tell us more.
So coming on March 11th with the 2.6.0 patch update,
Okay,
we're
March
actually gonna
11th.
have a Warlock
Interesting.
back trophy. This is reactive, by the way, and a town portal, which is pretty badass.
Ooh.
Yeah, Portal just wants a hug. And
So
then when Lord of Hatred
the season's
actually launches
Wednesday?
On April
That's
28th,
weird.
we'll also have this Warlock skin that you'll get as well from the
Nice.
pre-purchase of the expansion. So those back trophy and town portal are going to be there on March 11th, and then more to come when Lord of Hatred launches, which is pretty awesome. And that is the Infernal Apostle Warlock cosmetic bundle. That is a chunky
Very cool.
mouthful. That's a lot, yeah.
Chunky mouthful.
Yeah, so you can grab that. So we will say goodbye to Colin and Bjorn, and we're going to bring in some new people to check out everything coming with our next season. So hang tight.
New season overview. All right, cool. Serious question. You want to play Diablo 4, want to give it a try, looks fun. Can you get some tips? Honestly, I would just say dive in. If you have specific tips, I'm happy to help, but just as far as like general tips, pick something that looks cool, kill a lot of demons, pick up loot. I don't know. Have fun with it. The game's great. You wish they made fistfight characters instead of like warlord characters? Did they say if they would talk about expansion? So they talked about the warlock. Beyond that, I don't know. I'm guessing we're just getting the warlock stuff today. You got one of your sons in D4, but now he wants a new expansion, so obviously you have to buy it for him on the Xbox so we can level Warlocks together. Hell yeah. Spearborn was like the monk? Yeah, a little bit. It was more similar to the monk than any other class. Is Warlock going to be better than Necro? I hate the Necromancer class. I cannot get into it at all. I love the Warlock. I got to play it for 2 hours back in January, and I loved it. You really like the aesthetic of the stream with the barbed wire? Looks really badass. You like just the production difference is wild. Finally fix the audio? Yeah. What's going to be the top class of the season? That I don't know. I leave that up to the Theory Crafter guys. Like well, I'll see what Maxroll puts out for their tier lists, what Rob puts out, who knows. But, I don't know. Paladin's probably going to be pretty strong still. You can tell where they're putting their money? Am I one of the only 50 concurrent players of D4? I don't play it right now. I'm waiting for the new season.
Hey everybody, welcome back, and now we're gonna.
Whoa, they actually flew him in?
With our
Oh shit!
Season. We've got a few familiar faces here. Aislinn, welcome back.
Bring back armor sets? I mean, they have armor sets.
Dan Tangway in the
They're
flesh.
just not.
How's
They
it
don't
going?
have set bonuses, but they're bringing set bonuses back.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Excited
They actually
for it.
flew Dan in.
It's gonna be great.
Wild.
So where we last left off with the players, we had the PTR. You know, they know that kill streaks are coming. We've got bloodied items.
Yep.
There's a lot to chew on in the season, but there's also a lot more that we didn't share. So do you want to walk us through what?
Tell us more.
Yeah. So before we jump into a video, let me just kind of tee up kind of our thinking behind this season.
There's a lot of that,
you know, when we
Aiden.
looked
There's a
at
lot
the
of that in the
roadmap,
Diablo 4 category.
for
It's fine.
Lord of Hatred. You know, we saw that we really needed to develop kind of a shorter season, a punchy season. And so, you know, we rifled through some ideas, and then we remembered that we built a pretty strong foundation from our previous season.
If you're looking for
So
build
we needed to
guides,
build
I would
on
check
top of
out
that.
either Maxroll or
And then,
Mobalytics.
when the team came
Did they
up
show
with this
gameplay? They showed
particular
gameplay of the
idea,
Warlock, yeah.
and it just felt really novel, and it just fit really well.
And they're getting ready to
So,
talk about season 12 stuff.
Without further ado, I guess, let's check
see
out
it.
the video, and then we can
Butcher
talk more
shit.
about it.
All right.
Kill streak shit.
Welcome everyone to our Season of Slaughter developer update. I'm
This
Josh
format's so
Brinson,
much better.
and today I'm excited to share some updates coming to Diablo 4. As we gear up for the release of Lord of Hatred, we're exploring new systems that push Diablo into fresh, unexpected territory, embracing innovation while staying true to its dark roots.
I hope this isn't just
While
because
this may be a
it's like
shorter
the big
season, Season of
Warlock
Slaughter
thing,
encourages
and that
experimentation,
they're all like this moving
leans
forward.
into mystery, and leaves room for surprises that are best uncovered by players through their own journey. For the first time in Diablo history,
We're getting
you
first-person
can embrace
camera.
your inner demon and transform into one of Hell's fiercest monstrosities.
We're actually going to get to play as the Butcher.
Butcher.
Okay.
Let's get right into
Season of Slaughter.
Starting in Guild Ku on the Seasonal Realm, you will undertake the quest, A Taste of Power, and uncover the dark path to becoming the Butcher.
Becoming the
As the
Butcher.
Butcher, you wield the brutal powers that inspire terror, turning them upon your enemies. Cleave through monsters, charge fearlessly into the fray, and unleash a hell of hooks to drag your prey to a bloody end.
What character
We
is
are
this? The
thrilled
Butcher.
For you to play as the Butcher and dive into everything.
Will the Warlock be more
Season of
powerful and
Slaughter
stronger than the
brings.
Paladin? Don't know yet.
Whether you are chasing faster progression or craving fresh ways to tear through Sanctuary, we are excited for your journey.
Move.
While we share what lies
Thank you for the
ahead,
follow.
not every secret is meant to be revealed. Some surprises are waiting for those bold enough to find them in-game.
There are several paths to becoming the King of Slaughter. This season introduces a new earnable item called Meaty Offerings. These can be used on the Shrine of Slaughter, a new event available in Helltides, transforming you into the Butcher. This activation triggers a brutal onslaught, drawing hordes of enemies to you, each kill feeding your gory rewards. Helltide isn't the only place to prove your dominance. In the Fields of Hatred, the Ceremony of Slaughter ignites every 10 minutes, transforming the battlefield into a race for supremacy.
PvP zones.
Every kill fuels your savagery, pushing you closer to ultimate power. When the
So
ritual
this is a
concludes,
PvP season.
a butcher's idol
Optional.
rises for the fiercest contender.
Oh.
Take it, become the butcher, and turn the entire area
Avoid
into your
PvP zones
personal
completely?
killing ground. Want the full butcher fantasy
Yes. Yes.
on demand?
This is what I wanted to see.
Step into slaughterhouses, a new activity that keeps you as the butcher for the entire run. From the first step to the final blow, you're unleashed to do what he does best: slaughter everything in
Stole it
sight.
from PoE. PoE
There's
stole
more to
everything
reveal,
from Diablo.
but some surprises are best left for players to uncover in-game.
Oh boy. Okay, so
This
they're not really
season
going to show much of that.
introduces kill
Okay,
streaks.
that's fine.
The kill streak
It sounds like
system
next
reshapes
Wednesday this
combat
comes out.
across Diablo 4 by
Which is a
rewarding rapid
weird
and
date.
consecutive kills. Slaying multiple enemies quickly triggers a kill streak, with a display above the skills bar to track the running kill count. While kill streaks gradually decay over time, they can be refreshed through any kill or by dealing damage, encouraging fast, aggressive play. Kill streaks escalate through 5 tiers: kill streak,
Slaughtering
carnage,
villagers as the butcher? Pretty much.
devastation, bloodbath, and massacre, each determined by the total number of enemies slain during a streak. When the timer runs out, the streak ends and rewards you with experience and seasonal reputation.
Trying
based
to find
on your total
official
kills.
start time of the
But
season.
beware. Falling in battle immediately ends your kill streak, leaving you with no rewards, cutting your momentum short, and marking a swift,
Oh, there it is.
shameful finish.
Bloodied items introduce a new
March
item
11th
quality
at 10 a.m.
that empowers your gear with ferocious, kill
Okay.
streak-driven potential. Any item that can drop has a chance to appear as bloodied, and this tag is non-exclusive, allowing items to be both ancestral and bloodied.
They already
Their
took
unique
$80 to take
affixes
more and
scale
keep making this
directly with
content.
your
I mean,
kill
this is
streak
a free
performance
update. This is
and
just a
fall into
season.
3 categories: Rampage, stat-based boosts for your armor pieces based off your kill
Holy
streak.
shit, the portal you can get this
Feast,
season looks
From its
rad.
bonuses tied to
For a
kills
limited
within
time,
your
Doom
streak,
the Dark
such as
Ages
resetting
inspired
enemy cooldown
cosmetics.
every 40 kills.
Holy. Holy.
Enhances jewelry by improving reward drops that scale with killstreak tiers. As with all affixes in Diablo 4, bloodied affixes stack, enabling even greater power as your carnage climbs. Bloodied sigils push your brutality even further, unlocking more intense challenges and greater rewards as you brave the rising heat of combat. Nightmare dungeons, infernal hordes, and lair bosses can be empowered with these sigils. Bloodied sigils introduce the bloodied affix, Relentless Butcher, causing the infamous butcher to hunt you without end, returning instantly each time he falls. But be warned, the Relentless Butcher is an addition to the dungeons, not a replacement for anything that might already be lurking within.
Yeah, Doom
These
crossover is
powerful
sick.
keys only become available in Torment tiers. Bloodied sigils are embedded with challenge and are about a Torment tier higher in difficulty than your current level. Using a bloodied sigil guarantees bloodied items and more, ensuring that the risk is met with fitting rewards.
Season of Slaughter introduces several new class generic uniques which amp up the carnage.
Class
The
generic?
Window brand unique ring increases your max
weird way to
health
say that.
and your overall damage dealt, which scales with the amount of kills you
The Doom
earn
crossover?
in the
There's
last 30 to 60 seconds.
I don't see a date for that
Tear
yet.
through your enemies and watch
It
your
might start at the
kill
beginning of the
streak
season.
soar.
Not sure.
The Rust-Bitten Dirk unique dagger deals increased damage to isolated enemies, making it perfect for taking down lair bosses. The Thousand Eye Reaver one-handed axe grants ferocity while moving and increases your max ferocity. That ferocity then increases your movement speed per stack. If you want to rack up kills quickly and move fast, this is an item you'll want to keep an eye out for. All new uniques this season drop from the new Butcher Lair boss.
Oh,
Seek
hell
out
yeah.
his den of gold,
Oh, hell yeah.
snag these weapons, rack up your kill streaks,
Mega
and let the
Butcher!
blood pour.
The
In
Bloody
Season
Butcher.
of Slaughter, you will be able to fight against the Bloody Butcher, who enters the fray as a new layer boss in Torment difficulties. Defeat him for
Is it
your
gonna be
best
similar to the
chance
Diablo
earn
3
any of
boss
the
fight?
New uniques. He also has a high
getting Warlock
chance
season 12
of
season
dropping
13 probably.
Bloodied uniques, making his fearsome fight worth the effort. The Bloody Butcher is initially exclusive to the Seasonal Realm, but he will stay on as a permanent layer boss in both Eternal and Seasonal Realms after Season of Slaughter has ended.
Yeah, the expansion's April 20th. There it is. There's the Doom
Dark
official
Ages
reveal.
is coming to Diablo 4.
That's sick.
Rip and tear your way through Sanctuary with new
Yeah,
cosmetics.
so Butcher's
inspired by
seasonal
the
only for
legendary
Season
Demon
12,
Slayer.
but then becoming permanent
And our
after
most
that.
expansive free reliquary yet. Earn rewards like the Shield Saw cosmetic skin, Slayer's Flail, the Head of the Cyber Demon back trophy,
That's cool.
and more. Cut down elites and champion monsters to earn Dark Ages currency and carve your path through the Doom, the Dark Ages event reliquary. Claim all rewards to unlock the Forsaken Gates town portal and leave your mark on Sanctuary. We'll also
Yeah,
have
it kind of
threads
looks
fit
like
for
they
the
took
Slayer
like the
in
Diablo.
in-game
Oh,
shop.
that's sick.
Mecha
Like the
Dragon
Diablo 3
Select.
version of the Butcher and put him in
Hacker
Gregwar's
Demon,
room, but then
the
like redesigned
Cyclopean
everything.
Hackle Pet.
When's this happening? Next
Gibbet,
Wednesday.
Souls of the Lost Pet.
I don't know when the Doom
Rip
stuff
and
specifically is
tear
happening,
through the
but
demon
the
hordes
season starts
in
on
style.
Wednesday.
Quench your blade's thirst and let the blood flow. Slaying your enemies with unrelenting ferocity is the name of the game. Ramp up the kill streaks and become the Butcher in Season of Slaughter. See you all in Sanctuary.
Seasonal, the 11th. Apparently they pushed it back a day.
There you have it, everybody. Season of Slaughter arrives on March 11th. We've got the Doom the Dark Ages reliquary.
What's up, buddy?
We've got the Paladin free trial. It's going to be fantastic. And after all the years of torment, after all the devastation,
A mini
we
season
finally
leading to
get
12, yeah.
become the Butcher and actually dole out all that punishment onto our enemies.
Yep,
I mean,
starts
it's
next
just
Wednesday,
insane.
apparently.
Yeah, I can't wait to jump in for the season.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be so fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be fantastic. And I know this, the Butcher is gonna be the seasonal component of it.
Yeah,
but
season
we do
12 is the
also
mini
have
season,
a lot
yeah.
of changes coming in.
Do they reset us for
more
it?
evergreen
If you
things
wanna do
for
the season, yeah.
Kind of like help heighten some of those, activities that we play over and over. And I mean, Aislinn, I've heard you got some quality of life queued up. What can players expect this season?
Yeah, so of course you saw all the amazing stuff coming in Season 12, Season of Slaughter, but we also try to continuously update the game and make sure that it's better all the time. And so we've got something that people have been asking for a while. We gathered all the locksmiths in Sanctuary and we opened all the doors in all
Like a month and a half.
dungeons.
So
you
March
don't have to
11th
go
until
and click on
April
them anymore.
28th.
You can just break right through them or they're already open.
Well, builds are
and
looking
you can
good in
just go through as
PTR.
quickly as
I
you'd
didn't do
like.
very much testing on
We
that kind of
also
stuff, so I'm
kinda
not
changed
sure.
the way that traversals work, like when you're climbing walls or like descending ladders and stuff like that. It
I'm
now
gonna need to
scales with
rewatch
your
all
movement
this.
speed, so going through the world just feels a lot more natural based on your own personal movement speed. And
Yeah, the sheep
gosh,
sweater?
what
I
else
don't
is
know.
there? There's great things.
There's a time coming. There's a time coming. And I know.
Let's talk about the faster loading speeds.
That's right. We've got faster loading speeds just across all different loading screens. So even
We'll see
beyond
about
your
that.
movement speed, the game is just going to, in general,
We'll
feel
see
a
about
lot
that.
faster. So those are some fantastic quality of life improvements coming. But beyond that, we've also
Aislinn's your favorite
been
dev
making
for whatever
sure
reason?
that we're taking a look at the tower.
I talked to her
So
very
we really
briefly
want to make
while I
sure
was
that
there.
the tower
Very,
is
very
something that we
briefly.
continuously update, that we continuously make a lot better.
It's cheap, I think so.
We know it's still in beta, and because of that, it's getting tons of changes
Yeah,
constantly every
absolutely.
season. And so I wanted to just dive a little bit into that. So we've got exploit fixes, like for example, there was a way to
Should've been cows?
extend the timer past
Maybe
10
they're doing
minutes.
a
We don't want players
secret
doing that.
sheep
There
level.
was a way to like kill
Yeah,
enemies while
that's
you were
the tease
still
right
in the
there.
safe area. We don't want players doing that, so we fixed that. We've got 5 new tile sets coming to the tower, so there's going to be
You know,
lots of
I like all the
cool new
devs,
places
but
you can explore.
if I had to
We're
pick a
even
personal
removing one
favorite,
of the tile
me and
sets because
Zavin
it's
kind of
just, like,
bonded when I was
too
there.
narrow and kind of annoying to travel through in a competitive environment, so we didn't feel like it fit super well. And we've got 5 new bosses coming as well, which is really
5 new
exciting.
bosses?
And we also took some time to make sure that the bosses were a little more balanced with one another. So you wouldn't go in and like fight a boss that had like way more HP or did like way more damage or anything. So they're a lot more balanced to kind of preserve the competitive integrity of the mode. And
Bring
in
back Tower
addition,
level? I think they
all
will
the
eventually.
bosses hit a lot harder than they used to because we want to make sure that once you get to that end state, you're kind of having like an exhilarating battle.
Wait,
to the
were they talking
finish,
about the
right? Instead
expansion
of
or the
kind of a
season for
slog through,
5
like,
new
you know, like,
bosses?
oh, can I kill the boss in time? We'll see. Like, we don't want that kind of vibe.
Talk to a server engineer for
so,
WoW side
yeah,
at
those
Disney.
are some of the
He said
changes
if he
coming to
has
the
any
tower.
friends in the
But we
dev
also
team
have
who
some
pass along
leaderboard
requests
changes.
Yeah, that's
for
right.
spending class,
So,
nice.
you know, obviously, Aislinn just covered a lot of the gameplay changes coming to the tower, but we saw a lot
for
of
the
your
tower,
feedback
okay.
on the leaderboards as well, and we spent some time improving those. So first up, you're going to be able to see your personal bests right at the top of the leaderboard. No longer have to scroll down
That's good.
and try and find where your name is if you're in the top 1,000. Next up is we built out a end of run UI, so you get a sense of where you're placing at the end of your run, so that if you want to go back and try again real quick, you can. And also, because he's a bit of a judgmental, I guess, master of the tower, the artificer is also leaving you notes.
Well,
and
someone's got to tell you how to improve, right?
Yeah,
And
that's
Artificer's there to help.
Artificer's note, get good.
What's that?
Artificer's note, get good.
Each season getting progressively worse.
Yeah.
I guess you haven't played the most recent seasons then,
yeah,
because the
there's a
last
bunch
two
of
seasons
notes
have been some of the
every end
best ones
run
they've
that
ever
you'll
done.
See that will hopefully help you improve your run. And then finally, we're just making the leaderboard easier to navigate. You've got to jump to me buttons. You can go immediately down to where your position is.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're going to continue improving the leaderboard as we go.
A Switch 2 edition? That'd be cool.
In addition to that, we actually wanted to tease a few things that were coming.
Oh?
I know we've implemented a lot for Season 12 at this point, but we've gotten a lot of feedback that I want to make sure that you're all aware that we're going to tackle in future seasons. So first up is that we are going to finally release some rewards. So in the upcoming season, we're going to have tower rewards, and that's going to reward you for advancing tiers within the tower. And,
I have a reason to do tower now.
Pretty
Cool.
excited about those. They're pretty cool. In addition, we're going to have leaderboard rank rewards. So you will get some really cool status symbols.
Yours was more like raid endgame. So they did the Dark Citadel,
if you manage to rank
and
on the leaderboard.
I thought it was super cool.
In addition to
but
that,
so many people complained that they had to find a group. You only needed 2 people, and people were complaining about having to find one other person to play with. So I definitely don't think they're going to do raids.
The profile and the build of the person as they made the score, not what it is currently. So
paying for the game and paying for expansions as well. Pretty standard, just in video games
just, like,
in
super
general.
useful for like understanding how people are playing at a high level, or like even playing a specific skill. You can like look at that up.
Yep, absolutely. And then finally, we are also working on solo self-found.
Nice.
And so look forward to those things in the future.
It's funny, you read chat's mind, Dan. They were already commenting solo self-found, so you've...
they've been chanting that for months at this point, yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, thank you for walking us through that,
So
Dan.
seasons are free.
We're really excited
Expansions
for it.
take
And something
years
I'm
of development.
Really
They're not going to
excited
give those
share
away
with
for
players
free.
as well. I know that a ton of people have been playing the Paladin in Season of Divine Intervention, but for those of you who have not yet purchased the
Solo Self-Found
expansion, we're actually going to have a Paladin free trial starting with on March 11th. You can play until level 25.
Basically, you can
Battle.net,
only use the loot
Xbox,
that you
and
find.
PlayStation
Basically,
from
no
March 11th
trading.
to 18th. You'll be able to
Solo
play the
generally
Paladin up to
implies
level
that you can
25,
only play
and
by yourself.
if
You can't group.
pre-purchase
I don't know
the
if that's
Legacy
what they're going to do,
expansion
but
following the trial, you'll actually be able to continue.
yeah, I have no idea why an
progression
expansion
on
would be
that
free.
same
That's
Paladin
wild.
Character that you used before, which is pretty great. So.
It's so worth it. The Paladin is seriously so fun. If you haven't had a chance to try it yet, now is going to be the time.
That's
Oh
like
my
going
God.
to work for years and expecting
it's an
not to
absolute
get
ton of
paid.
fun.
Like,
And I'm also really excited because there's another thing players I feel like are always asking for. You're going to be able to pre-download the 2.6.0 patch starting on March 9th. So for Battle.net, PlayStation, and Xbox, you'll be able to pre-download the 2.6.0 build.
What level can you
on
play
March
to?
9th at
Oh, for the
10 a.m.
Paladin?
So then when
Probably
it
max
launches,
level,
you'll be able
but
to
I don't
jump
know.
right into the fun, which is pretty great.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah. We're
Probably
now
just a
going to head
limited
into
time
the
thing.
Q&A portion of the stream. So hopefully you've been dropping your questions in Twitch chat. We're going to pull those, and we're also going to invite back Colin Feiner and the WARLOCK to join us for the Q&A. So hang tight. We're going to get them up here. So stay put. Thanks.
oh, did they say 25? Maybe. Too much going on. Excited to play a new season. Been out for the last 5 seasons. Yeah. They go over Druid info. There was none. Nope, just Warlock. Warlock in season 12. Thank you for the follow. Did Necro first. Not sure what you should do for second build. How excited am I for Warlock? So, having played the Warlock, I am very excited. It was super fun. Yeah, this is for Diablo 4. Yeah. Thank you for the follow. When does the big skill tree change? April 28th with the expansion. You need to revamp the endgame? They are. They're adding war plans, which should shake it up quite a bit. They're completely redoing crafting with the Roderick Cube. They're adding loot filters and completely changing up the itemization stuff. Warlock is already out for 2 and is coming to 4 in April and Immortal this summer. A lot of big changes coming with DLC? Yeah. Yeah, this expansion, I feel like this expansion feels way bigger than Vessel of Hatred. I don't know if that's true, but it feels like it. Seasons have always been free. So they have the Battle Pass, which is paid, but like you can play the season completely for free. Immortal players aren't too thrilled about Warlock? Have they revealed much about how the Warlock plays in Immortal? I haven't really looked into that. No, the Battle Pass is not free. So the Battle Pass, there's like a $10 tier and a $25 tier, but those are just for cosmetics. Everything in-game, though, like anything, like any of the bonuses in-game is completely free. So unless you care about the cosmetics, it does not matter. You want a general chat option? I want the option to hide the chat box entirely because I almost never look at it. Your wallet's gonna bleed once the Doom cosmetics show up in the shop. So I do hope that they do it similar to the Berserk stuff, where like some of it is available just by doing an activity in the game. Probably the Butcher stuff, because that would make sense. Do you need to make a new character every season? If you want to play the seasonal realm, then yes. So if you want to do whatever the new season mechanic is. Excited to see the skill trees for the other classes and how much they added. Same. Once my NDA lifts on my visit to Blizzard headquarters, I will be able to show my footage, which I could show the Warlock skill tree in its entirety, if that's something that you guys want to see. It was only for the Warlock, but let me give you an idea of how it's going to function. A little sad that Bound Demon wasn't added though. So it's not in the same way that it is in Diablo 2. You basically get to pick
everyone,
one of four demons to bind with.
Show. We got the whole gang here. And
Must be really good, probably.
Aislinn and Dan, I gotta ask, what was it like among the development team when someone pitched, hey, let's actually have the Butcher as a playable character? Like, I mean, that must have been nuts.
Yeah, no, it was.
I'm curious how that's
going
to feel.
Where somebody came up with the idea and I wrote it down. I'm like, I don't know about this. But, you know, when we looked at the season and we looked at, we wanted something novel and different. We said, okay, what is it going to take to do this?
I feel like I'll do the Butcher stuff enough to finish the season journey and then not touch it anymore because I want to play my character.
A little smile would creep up on their face because they can just immediately imagine how fun it would be to play as the Butcher.
So the skill tree so you can start crafting builds. I will also say, when my NDA lifts, I have a full written version of the skill tree that's going to be going up on DiabloFilter.com.
Ignore that, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Like,
every skill
to do something
written
with it.
down.
And it sounded
So
great
you
on
can
paper, but it was
read
like,
it all
how
there.
do you turn that into actual mechanics? But we did, and it's so fun, and I can't wait for folks to get their hands on it.
Yeah, you guys pulled it off. Yeah, it's going to be a ton of fun.
You need to put Diablo himself back in as a boss. I think they're saving him for the end, so I think it'll be a little while still, but I hope that we at least feel him in the world soon.
Because as it currently stands, the loot filter does not auto-salvage the filtered loot that we'd salvage to get mats.
Yeah, so we are actually going to rework.
Did I try the Warlock? I did. We had to try for 2 hours back in January. And I have a video coming out very soon. Lord of Hatred is April 28th.
I don't know if I would say it's necessarily like reworked from the ground up, but that has been taken into account, and like the materials you need as you go into higher difficulty tiers and like the way your loot filter kind of naturally evolves is intended to support that. So you're still going to be like earning the materials you need, and like when you finally decide like, oh, I never want to see non-legendary.
Does it feel similar to D2 Warlock?
I never want to see non-ancestrals anymore. you're
Not
probably
really.
going to be in a place where you actually probably don't need those materials.
How does
anymore
D4?
at all.
D4 does
you
good.
already have like a fantastic stockpile of that stuff, so you don't really have to worry about it.
Yeah, we all know that point you get to at the game where you're like, okay,
What's the best way to play as a casual? New character every
I
season?
no longer need you. I'm done
Yeah,
playing
yeah,
with you.
yeah.
Yeah, at that point. Awesome.
I don't.
Question from Ignition.
I like seasonal
How
gameplay.
will
I think
you
it's fun to
address
replay the
kill
game in
streak
different
tiers
ways,
dropping off
but
before
that's a
getting
question you
to
have to
a
ask
big
yourself.
boss, like in the
Do you
pit,
want to
the
restart
tower, or
to
the
play
infernal hordes?
new stuff?
Yeah,
Or are
so
you
we
cool with
actually
just
did work
sticking
a
to
little
the
bit
same
on the
stuff all the time?
amount of time that you will be in a kill streak, and also like how loading screens affect a kill streak, just to make sure that it is actually possible to like maintain it and get to the end.
That's awesome. Yeah, good, nice feeling to be able to chain that kill streak throughout a whole dungeon or activity
Yeah,
for sure.
Absolutely.
From X Drift.
Who's the Diablo 4
Ninja
designers
X,
for the
probably one
monsters and
for
demons?
Colin and
That I
Warlock.
don't know.
Can you constantly stay in demon form?
Yes and no.
Sure can.
So it's really going to depend.
How long
on
is
how
the
you
season?
build your
Usually they're
character.
3 months,
A big
but this
part of
one
the
looks
skill
like it's
tree
going to be
is
about a month and a half.
customizing kind of what you want your character to do. So you'll find when it comes to demon form, there are bonuses for swapping in and out of it, or trying to stay in it as long as you can, that sort of thing. So most of the variants will give you like a couple seconds of demon form. So that's more of like kind of a temporary thing, but you could chain them back to back to try to keep that going. The caveat would be Metamorphosis, which we spoke on a little bit before, which is the ultimate. That baseline allows you to swap into demon form, but replaces your entire skill bar. So that version, which can be like a little bit of a bit to learn that you have new skills, so that one is permanent.
The Warlock,
but
they
that
were
one
talking about it
is,
as like a higher skill
honed in on a
capped
very
class.
specific set of
Where like if you're
skills.
really, really
Whereas
good,
then
you
the
can
variants
squeeze a
of
little more power out of it.
Metamorphosis, They undo
which is kinda cool.
The reworking of your skills, but then those become temporary versions of demon form that it gives you kind of a power up of like, now I'm the fire demon or now I'm the shadow demon. It'll really come down to kind of how you choose to customize demon form as you make your build.
Very cool. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I definitely plan on going
all
demon
right.
form
Infernal
Vanguard.
Cold 780 asks, what weapons will the Warlock use?
Sure. Yeah, broadly speaking, we're looking at sort of melee weapons. So you're going to be able to use daggers, flails, and then swords, axes, and maces of both one-hand and two-hand variety, and then your offhand focus.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Very nice.
That was one thing I never
888
found
reality.
when I played.
Does the
I was
leaderboard
curious.
do the leaderboard rewards only last for the season?
So there's going to be a bunch of different types of leaderboard rewards. Some of them, which are based on climbing the tower tiers, are going to be just power-based rewards that you are going to earn and be able to keep as your character migrates to Eternal. The status symbols, however, fall into two different categories.
Want a Warlock
Some
with
of
a
them
shield?
you are
Bad
going
game,
to be
bad
able to
expansion,
keep,
returning this game to
and some of
GameStop?
them you
Ah,
aren't.
shit.
And so, I don't want to spoil too much yet, but it's a nice mix of things that basically allows you to both show off in the moment and then kind of memorialize the fact that you were able to achieve something, that difficult, I guess.
Was Diablo 4.
Always nice to still have something you can kind of peacock around and let everybody know. Yeah, hell yeah. Fun name, Marquise, or Marquise, however you pronounce it.
6, maybe.
At Diablo, what about other classes for class balance? Like the Druid, will it get some love around when Lord of Hatred drops?
Yeah,
The skill tree
Pretty
rework
much
is changing
every class
everything,
gonna
yeah.
get some love because we've reworked the skill tree. There's more on that to come, but the Druids specifically, I think, are going to really enjoy because we did something special.
Hey, guys.
Which is a lot of the skills you're actually going to be able to pick. What form do you want to take? So on live today, we just sort of prescribe, the werewolf. Let's just say Shred, for example, can only be used as the werewolf.
Do I think they'll ever do a
Or
Diablo
Maul
1
is a good
remake? I hope
example,
so. That would be
as well,
sick.
which is the
How many more
Druid
classes do you think we're
Baron
getting?
attack,
My
basic
guess would be
attack.
1 per
In
expansion.
Lord of Hatred, you'll actually be able to pick
But I don't
wanna be a
know.
werewolf and Maul thing. So you have a ton of flexibility. Both
Any
within
new news on
shape-shifting
D3?
and human form,
No.
and there's
I'm
just so many
expecting that we're
really
going to get a
cool
new
skill
season
variants
announcement
and side
soon.
upgrades that we have for the Druid, and that's not just for the Druid again.
But, I
that's
mean,
like
it's
every
just gonna
single
be another
class
recycled
coming to
season.
Lord of Hatred has these types of things. You haven't even seen like what we've done with the Necro yet. So there's just like a lot of stuff that we have in store, and it's all going to be balanced. We've been playtesting it a bunch. We've been hammering on this for like a year, so we think it's just going to be a really fun moment.
Full
no matter
disclosure
what class
agreement?
you're into, you're going to have really cool stuff to play.
Oh yeah, every class has gotten tender loving care in Lord of Hatred. So regardless of like who you play, like you're gonna come into Lord of Hatred and be like, holy shit,
I'll
there's
say
a lot of awesome stuff here.
One really cool thing is that for example, you think about Trample on the Druid, right, which, charge through a bunch of enemies. It's the bear. The werewolf version actually leaps you. Like, you can pick a leaping version of that.
Damn.
So, and that's just like, oh, what shape-shifting form do I want to be? There's also a variant on
As a
top of
preset,
that.
Bound
which is
Demons
like,
good
okay,
when you
what do I
play
want my
compared
Trample
to
do?
Garou
So
on D2
there's just a
Bound
ton
Demons?
of stuff like that to really
They
unpack
function
and
very
tons
differently.
of permutations just within one skill.
Wow. Okay, you heard it here first, everybody. And I really like what you said too, Colin, about like how we're just kind of scratching the surface. Like, we will have a whole other live stream to kick off before Lord of Hatred goes live. So we'll definitely have another spot to kind of get into all those details. But there is,
Shredbear, hell
like
yeah.
Colin said, a lot cooking.
You know,
while the
I actually
classes,
might be going
under the hood that
Druid
we're
season
really,
12.
really, really
I might be.
excited to
I might.
share.
I'm thinking about it.
So yeah, that's really excited. Thanks for sharing that. Noob Sauce season. Are bloodied items exclusive to the season, or is it something that will persist in Eternal and also spawn into future seasons?
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll talk about that. So, as of right now, bloodied items are only for the season of Slaughter. However,
They say we can
this
choose
isn't the first time this type of
form
feedback's
for
come
skills?
up. I think a lot of folks want to be able.
If they did, I missed
to,
it.
Use a lot of these cool seasonal items in future seasons. And so that's something we're actively working on right now, trying
They
to
did
figure
just
out
say?
what's
Interesting.
the best way to bring them back. And I think,
I was reading and
once
my
we
brain
get,
turned off to
Lord
listening.
of Hatred out, I think we'll have a lot of new tools to be able to do that.
Heck yeah. Yeah, there are a lot of tools that they're going to be able to chew on for that expansion. It's going to be really, really, really exciting.
Does the drop this
Justarius
month?
or Justarius?
This month
One
is
of my
season
favorite parts
12.
of new
Next
classes
month is the
seeing the
expansion.
runes they have both for automating their own kit and new toys they can bring to other classes. Can we get a sneak peek
Yeah, I'm
of
gonna have
the
to go through all
Warlock
this again.
skills that will be on runes?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, the two runes that the Warlock will be adding is the ability to proc its Dark Prison skill and its Brimstone subpower. So Dark Prison is an area that will tether enemies into it, so you'll be able to lock down enemies with that. And then Brimstone are kind of these little mines that
You wanted to
leave
like
around that'll
D4
explode
so
when
bad?
enemies
Have
are
you
close.
played it recently?
cool.
It's gotten a lot better.
Harris Mokhtar. Even if I'm playing ranged, does converting to Butcher convert playstyle to melee?
It will still convert you to a melee build. The Butcher, he gets up there and he cleaves people and he screams fresh meat. So
Have I played
if
Grim
you turn
Dawn at all?
into the
I've played
Butcher,
it a little
that's the
bit.
vibe you're gonna have too.
I really like the
So
gameplay, but I get
think
lost
we're
trying to
really
get through the
excited about
campaign.
the
I
way
never know
the
where to
Butcher
go.
Plays.
But I
Like,
do
he's just
like
so
it.
much fun to just cleave through enemies, and he's also very burly and tough. So like if you get up in melee, you're
It's been on
you're
a
not
slow
really gonna have to,
uphill
like,
of happiness for players. Yeah, it's gotten a
typically, you're
lot
not gonna have
better
to worry too much
recently.
about dying. There are some situations where it might happen, but yeah, can't wait for players to try that out. But
His Furnace Blast is like basically ranged too. Like the
It
like,
is, yeah.
eruption,
It's
the whole
huge.
screen,
Yeah,
and
it's
like,
huge.
attacking reduces the cooldown. So
Yeah, I guess the hook is kind of ranged, but then makes it close range. You know what I mean? It's like
yeah,
so there's that nice blend. But yeah, the Butcher is definitely not a bow and arrow kind of guy.
not a bow and arrow kind of guy. Not waving a staff around. and
Giant
slinging
map
spells.
expansion
Yeah, no
happening
shot,
on it
no
soon?
shot.
Yeah.
Drakith_90.
I did hear about that. I need to look
will
more
the
into it.
Warlock be able to enslave demons and use them as pets like his Diablo 2 resurrected counterpart?
Not the same way.
Yes and no. Not exactly in the same way that the Diablo 2 Warlock does it. The main focus we have is, so with our class mechanic, specifically the 4 that you can directly bind to yourselves. Those are sort of his primary demons that he's going out and then he's capturing. And then technically there's also a couple of ways to like dominate enemies' minds.
Hey,
and
well,
kind
thank
of
you for the heart
control
meat.
them around the battlefield, but nothing as a direct one-to-one with D2 because they're just kind of slightly different games.
Yeah, I think one thing to touch on is for the class mechanic, it is this quest. We've made a really cool quest for it. You're gonna go across Sanctuary and dominate some of these really powerful like arch demons, right? Like they're more than just like, oh, there's a goatman over there that I'm gonna possess. It's like, no, there's a devourer deep in the caves of, this really ancient place that you're gonna go and like bind this specific demon. And the whole quest line has a really cool, I'm not gonna spoil the ending, but a cool ending to it. So that's sort of the take we had for the D4 Warlock.
Hell yeah, it sounds badass.
What if the druid changes
We got
effective
another
nature
question
skills?
from
Might not time me into
Loathburger.
it.
Loathburger.
Loathburger.
Does becoming the Butcher put you into PvP mode?
No, not necessarily, though there is a mode specifically in the Fields of Hatred that has some PvP elements to it that involve the Butcher. So keep an eye out for that. There may be some butchering of other wanderers going on in that place.
I mean, would it be the butcher if you couldn't get after other players at some point, right?
Yep.
And actually, I'm glad you brought that up too, because we do have the Season of Slaughter
Spill
overview
the
blog
beans!
going live after the stream. So we'll share some more details on the nitty-gritties coming with the season.
I don't know. What do you want me to talk about?
And the 260 patch notes. So if you're a reader like me, you've got a lot to chew on following the stream. So we'll definitely check that out. All right, we got our last question from Caps Lock Leo. The Warlock, Spearborn, and Paladin feel so innovative over the original classes. Will the new skill tree make the original classes feel as fresh and new
Everything
as
covered?
these new classes? That's a big one.
Absolutely. I mean, we took. I'm not kidding when we poured so much love, blood, sweat, tears into these existing classes. They've all got massive overhauls to their skill trees. Again, I'm not going to spoil too much. Like some of the classes have even gone further beyond like the Necro and Druid that have these really cool things. So, all these classes are going to get the same number of variants in Lord of Hatred.
Will pet builds be good on Warlock compared to Necro?
To
so as far as builds go, I'm not like a build maker, right? But they use their pets very differently than Necros. It's not like a persistent summon with the exception of like your bound demon. You're more like casting demons at stuff and like using them in different ways.
So it feels like a completely different game,
just post
but familiar. Like if you're playing the Sork, it still has these really
on
awesome
DiabloFilter.com. Every Warlock skill in Diablo 4.
But there's just so many ways
that's available now.
Like, I want to
also my video's live now
instead of the current version of Meteor. You can do that, and you can also overpower the Meteor so that it's bigger and that you can dump all your mana into it. There's just like so many different.
The
ways
Butcher was legit a whole new character. So
I would say, yes,
your character becomes the Butcher
from Spiritborn and Paladin and Warlock and poured it into these classes that we all know and love. No classes left behind.
Oh, absolutely. Like every day we go into the office and people are just debating, they're having conversations, they're talking about how can we make the existing classes like better and elevate them to the level of like excellency that the 3 new classes have reached. They are on the same level and they're really awesome.
Yeah. No, it's phenomenal, and I'm just so excited for all these features to come in with Lord of Hatred.
The gag order's lifted. True.
So much to chew on. It's gonna like you said, Colin. It's gonna feel familiar. It's still gonna have that class identity, but also be just a totally different feel. So it's really exciting.
If you don't like the Warlock or Paladin, you loved your base class, it's an awesome time to come back.
We all know those players who are like, no, I always play the Druid, and the Druid is all
the Warlock drops April 28th.
Ever play the Druid? So
we have the Druid guy working on the Druid. So
hey, there you go.
Yes, we do.
He's a big werewolf enjoyer.
Oh, you pinned it? Yes. Thanks.
Unreal.
Thanks,
well, I want to
buddy.
thank you all for coming out and being on the stream today. This has been really fantastic. And I've got something really excited to share with everybody back home. If you're a lore nerd or really love the narrative around Diablo, we've actually got a copy of our next novel coming to the Diablo franchise. This is The Lost Herodrum, written by Matthew J. Kirby in close tandem with the development team. It launches on April 21st, and it covers the story of The Lost Herodrum, and it is the official prequel novel to the Lord of Hatred expansion. So if you want to know everything that was kind of going on,
the season is on the 11th.
This is
the
definitely
season is on the
11th.
At 10 a.m. Pacific time.
Pre-order is live, and the book comes out on April 21st.
Did they say anything worthwhile?
Ahead of
They
the Lord of
revealed a
Hatred
whole new
expansion.
class.
So,
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm sure people are
there was a lot.
Bomb through this in a week, but it's a great little prepper for when the expansion goes live.
So yeah, you interact with Butcher Shrines to become the Butcher.
With the Lord of Hatred expansion, we've got a
and
really
slaughterhouses.
Graphic that
They
takes you through
teased
everything. Like we mentioned, the campaign, the classes.
Okay.
The
They
Legion,
still have not
and a
told us
whole
how
lot more to
fishing
get
works.
into, and we'll have more details in that live stream that we're going to have closer to expansion launch in April.
Solid dev update,
for
yeah.
Season of Slaughter, it launches on March 11th. You're going to be able to become the Butcher. There's kill streaks, Butcher skills, a new reliquary. We've got Doom the Dark Ages, new unique, and of course that Paladin free trial. And when Season of Slaughter goes live on March 11th, you'll actually be able to grab this Twitch drops that's going to start with the season. It is the two-handed. Oh, sorry, we've got free reliquary items coming with Doom the Dark Ages. That Shield Saw cosmetic looks pretty badass, and of course, if you collect all of these in the free reliquary, you will get this town portal in the bottom right corner, which looks just absolutely insane. And then when Season of Slaughter goes live, you will be able to grab
tabs open right
this
now.
bow cosmetic starting
New season
on
started on
March
the 10th.
11th.
That's
Just
what we were all
watch any
thinking because of the
streamer in
reliquary
Diablo
date,
4
but yeah, it's on the
category
11th.
That has drops enabled on their channel for 2 hours.
Still holding out till
grab this
Hatred
badass
drops?
bow cosmetic.
I mean, you can always watch and play vicariously through other people, like myself.
Pre-download
The town portal looked cool.
update. on Battle.net, Xbox, and PlayStation, so you can load right in. And then when 260 goes live on March 11th,
5
you'll be able
days,
to jump
20 hours.
right into
I just
Season
had
of
to ask,
Slaughter, which would be really great.
my
I wanna
boss
give
if
a
I
huge
could
thank you,
take next Thursday
to
off.
everyone who's been here. Thanks for hanging out.
Warlock and
answering all the
D4 next
questions.
month. Yep.
I want to give a massive thanks to production, Filthy Rich and the boys. Thanks for putting on a great show as always. And I want to thank everyone at home for tuning in and checking out the stream. We're really excited to get Season of Slaughter in front of you on March 11th. So we'll see you all in Sanctuary.
Oh, I can't wait.
Me neither. Oof. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They raided. Oh, I'm like, wait, what happened? I was jamming out. Where's my footage? All right. So, what's up with fishing? We don't really know. So, there was a survey that they put out last year that basically said that they were going to add fishing as like a collection only thing. But, as far as how it actually functions or what it does, I have no idea. So yeah, there's, I have no sound? There we go. There's the skill tree. So if you guys want to see what the skill trees look like in Diablo 4, starting with the expansion, they're a little beefier. So yeah, we got to play level 40 characters. And there was 140 of every archetype, plus like a level 15, like leveling version. Yeah, the skill tree. So every skill basically has the same format. You have like 3 major options, and then there's like 2 side options on either side. You get to pick one or the other. So like you can pick like one of these and one of these and one of these. So you get 3 choices per skill, and each skill you can put 15 points into now. The skill tree for all classes? No, only the Warlock is all I have. Yeah, this is just my Warlock footage. If all the trees are reworked like that, they are. Every one of them. In one of their tease videos, they did show on the Sorceress specifically, the Familiar had 4 options here. I'm guessing probably 1 per damage type. Fire, cold, lightning. No, I don't know what the 4th one would be. Never mind. This is for the expansion, not the season. So yeah, new level 70. Yep. So this is coming April 28th. Some people thought that they were going to do like a stealth drop on the skill tree rework, but I'm pretty sure that's not happening. But yeah, so this is going to be what the skill tree looks like starting with the expansion. It's pretty cool. And yeah, so my Warlock video is on YouTube now. Is there going to be a season between? Yes. The new season starts next Wednesday. Let's see. Cool. My video has been live for 8 minutes. It has 9 views. So thrilled with that. I knew it was going to be rough because so many people drop videos just now. Is there a drop reward? There's 2 drops right now. There's 2 of them. One for watching for 30 minutes, one for 6 minutes. Yeah, the Warlock Deep Dive was today. I have a whole video on my YouTube channel covering everything. So if you don't want to watch theirs, I have mine. No, their key passives are also gone. They're just ultimates. There are no passives on the skill tree whatsoever. At all. Warlock comes out next month. It's the new class with Lord of Hatred. Yep. Is this going to be a paid? Yeah, so this is another expansion. It will be paid. It's $40, I believe. Okay, so in 9 views, I already have 3 comments. All right. Oh wait, one of them was mine. That doesn't count. What do you mean no passives? They removed passives from the skill tree. So now it's just we have our skills and the skill modifiers, but there are no more passives. If you have the new DLC, you get Warlock. Yeah, if you have the Paladin, you will get the Warlock. Yes. The new season starts Wednesday. The new expansion is April 28th. Blizzard released a video on Warlock stuff. They did a whole live stream covering it, and I also posted a video from my playtest experience that does a deep dive into all of their skills. And it's pretty cool. Waiting for the DLC to go on sale. It probably will eventually. I hate that I can't just pull up this bar while I'm like playing the video. That's too loud. Split the difference. Yeah, like I was worried. So like I went into the event not knowing what the class was. And as soon as they said Warlock, I'm like, oh boy. I hope this doesn't feel like the Necromancer. It doesn't. That guy fucks. The ultimates that they have, they all are like, they're pretty long cooldowns. They're like a minute long cooldowns, but they like clear the screen. They're wild. Is Warlock broken? So we only got to test it at level 40, but it was very strong. How do you play the Warlock? The Warlock will be available on April 28th. But this is the Warlock class. Right now we're just playing video. This is just video. We're not actually playing. The Warlock class, it comes with the Lord of Hatred expansion. So if you already have the expansion, you already have it. The expansion costs $40. If you buy the Paladin, then I and so this comes with the same expansion that you bought to get the Paladin. If you already have the Paladin, you will have the Warlock when it releases. Also, there's Scovos, in case anybody was curious. The leaked map was accurate. It does look like an upside down penis. Yeah, I said that out loud. How do you play the base game? You feel overwhelmed as a new character? It just drops me in. So if you're new to the game, make sure when you're creating your character that you're not choosing to skip the campaign. Because the way that they changed it, it does make it very easy to accidentally skip it. No, there is no PTR. This is just video from a playtest that I got invited to back in January. Is this for the new DLC? Yes. This is the new character that comes out on April 28th. Yeah, so like if you didn't start the game coming out of a snowy cave and like wolves attacking you, you did not start with the campaign. You jumped right in basically like seasonal mode or like I don't even know what you would call it, but like with the campaign finished. You need Warlock now? It was super fun to play. And like being at the event, like I was nervous just being in there because it felt like such a cool opportunity. Like I was like overthinking everything. Like what do I want to do? And like so like I felt like I felt like a 5-year-old playing a video game for the first time ever. The basic skill with the stinger, the Hellion Sting probably. Well, actually, new main. It's super cool. You were thinking it'd be Witch Doctor, but this is so sick. I have heard some people that guy, yeah, that's Hellion Sting. I have heard some people compare it to the Witch Doctor, and I can kind of see that. $40 sounds like a ripoff, then don't buy it. You don't need it to play the game. You just need it if you want the new content. So yeah, when you use this mount, the Agrom mount that says Hellhound, he can like spit out brimstone, and so like if monsters run into that, they detonate and explode and do a bunch of hellfire damage. The Warlock comes out April 28th. Yeah, this is the Warlock for Diablo 4. Yep. So I'm not playing it right now. This is just a video that I recorded a couple months ago when Blizzard flew me out to their headquarters to try it. I have a whole video breaking everything down. So like, I was able to play the Warlock, but as you can see, we were in Nahantu, so we didn't get any of the new content. Only the Warlock locked at level 40. I even tried to leave this area, and it's like, no, you can't go anywhere. I couldn't even go to Kyovashad. Went back and listened to Colin answer it again. He said you'll be able to select your form on skill. So, okay. I'm curious if that's just part of like that's one of the options for each skill. Is like there's like for each skill there's like a bear version, a wolf version, a human version. But if they do that for every skill, that'd be a lot. How did the new skill tree feel? I think that's like probably my most like excited part about the whole thing. Like I've never been a build maker or like somebody, you know, who's like really focused on class mechanics. I like the overall systems, and the skill tree rework felt so good. Like, because all of your points are just going into skills. You're not having to balance it with the passives and stuff. So you can really just hone in on what you want your character to do. And then you're getting the passives and stuff from your gear and probably from Paragon. I never get to see Paragon either. What exactly is Hellfire damage? Like, so Hellfire is one of the tags. Is it? It's not called Hellfire, is it? Maybe it is. It's Hellfire and Abyss.
Ooh.
Yeah, those are like the two different like tags that are on the skills that the Warlock uses. You feel jealous? I mean, you'll get to play it real soon. Patch notes are up. Sick. Hello? Why is my... Am I playing? So I got flown to Blizzard headquarters in January to try it, and they let me record a couple hours of footage. I'm not playing it live. I'm just playing the video.
Moo, 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 moo.
No longer reset and go. Okay, I'll check that out later. Excited for new content? Yeah. So like the skill tree rework, the Herodric Cube, the war plans, like I'm excited for all of them. Talisman looks like it could be cool. I'm a little nervous about the Talisman. That's your set bonuses. Thank you for the follows. Appreciate it. I'm a little nervous about the Talisman because sets in Diablo 3 were so strong that they felt mandatory. This is going to be stacking on top of our gear, separate from our gear. So hopefully it feels good, but I hope it doesn't scale our damage to like quadrillions. So it's not PTR. They flew me out for a private playtest where I got to hang out with a bunch of creators and actually talk to the devs about the Warlock class, and they let me record footage. I'm gonna stand up. I need to stand up. I need to stretch my legs. Go faster, desk. Go faster. Okay. When does Riz have legs? Oh, my desk has legs. I have a stand that I push myself up onto. What are you watching? This was just some Warlock gameplay that I recorded.
Not enough dominance.
I feel like we're gonna have to mix and match, play around with the cube and everything else. Oh yeah, yeah. I cannot wait for more information on the cube and stuff. Will I be uploading this gameplay? I already have a YouTube video up. It's a 30-minute breakdown of all the classes. Or not all the all the skills, all the spells, all the stuff. Why is it not letting me? Warlock in D4. Yeah. So if I go to on my YouTubes, I now come on. I now have this video here. I played the Warlock. At the end of January, I had the opportunity. Blah blah blah. Go watch it. You should. Can't play him. You cannot play him until the expansion. I got flown out to Blizzard to try it and record footage. Think the class will be broken? Probably. Probably. We're about to log on. You got so hyped. Very soon. Very soon. So yeah, next week we'll be able to play as the Butcher, and then next month we'll be able to play as the Warlock. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. I should just pretend like I'm playing. Class is going to be OP as hell? I think so too. I mean, just as a business practice, I think every new class is going to be overpowered at first, because if they release a class and then everybody's like, this class sucks, it's boring, it's not strong, who's going to buy that, right? Does the mount replace your existing mount? You still have your existing mount, but you can use that mount. So I guess you have both effectively. I don't remember. I didn't actually pay attention to like if it like resets the cooldown on your mount. Maybe we can notice it in the footage. Do you know if the Warlock launch was successful on D2? So I don't have any numbers, but it felt super successful. Low-key hoping you could summon Diablo as an ultimate. I mean, you can't summon Diablo, but some of the ultimates are pretty wild. Why don't you ever find uniques or runes with your Warlock? So runes magic find isn't going to help, but magic find would help with uniques. So yeah, that's the Armageddon ultimate, which has a 66.6 second cooldown, because of course it does, and it is not affected by cooldown reduction. Did I get to play the campaign or endgame activities? No, I got a level 40 character thrown into Helltide in Nahantu, and that's it. That's literally all I got to play. They had a level 15 version also, but like we did not get experience. We could not leave the area. It was just Helltide. We might have been able to do dungeons. I never tried. Warlock is not out. This is video that I got to record at Blizzard headquarters.
I don't have the dominance.
I don't have the dominance. Hold on. They released the... Is this what we already saw? What difficulty? Normal. That's all we had access to is normal. Man, I wish we had the option to... Yeah, that guy fucks. I wish we had the option to control the camera in game like that, so like where I could record footage like that. That would be so cool. I would make some wild videos. It was basically like a private PTR, kinda. Yeah. The class felt really good. I was so worried that it was gonna feel like Necromancer 2.0, but it felt completely different. It was a lot of fun. Watching everything back and going through it to make my YouTube video, I definitely realized a lot of interactions that I never even tried during this version because I only had 2 hours. I was trying to record as much as I could, but I did spend like an hour of it just in the training grounds, like casting all the spells and stuff. Is the new DLC live? No, not until April 28th. This is not releasing on the 12th. No, this comes out, well, nothing's coming out on the 12th. The Season 12 is going to be next week on Wednesday, the 11th. And then the expansion is April 28th. Yeah, it's not the 10th, it's the 11th. Everybody thought it was going to be the 10th, but apparently it's Wednesday, which is interesting. Maybe they're moving it closer and closer to releasing on Fridays, because I would love a Friday season launch. Yeah, these trail things are kind of cool. They put you into stealth. The class releases April 28th. Get out of here, chair. How's the Warlock so far? It's super fun. I only got to play it for 2 hours, but it was really cool. Dude, there's that hand thingy. Become the Butcher? Yeah, that's next week. Skill tree, yeah, the skill trees are super cool. The best build this season? I have no idea yet. Is the Crusader or Pally class available, or was Diablo? The Paladin came out as the pre-order bonus for Lord of Hatred.
Not enough.
What level? So this was all recorded on a level 40 character. So I was watching Rob earlier, and he was saying he thinks he's going Paladin for Season 12, but I have no idea what's going to be the best. No, the Warlock is April 28th. Next week is the new season where you can become the Butcher. Okay. Yeah, this is where I was just recording footage of all the spells. So excited for the new season. You can't wait for the expansion? Same. What do you mean become the Butcher? So in next season, there's going to be Butcher shrines, and when you click them, you literally, your character becomes the Butcher, and you get all new spells to be the Butcher. Did I go through any of the cosmetics? So basically, we had these 4 archetypes at the beginning, and they were like no loot dropped, and we couldn't go into the armory. I went through them somewhere. Do I do it here? I might do it at the beginning. So yeah, there's these 5, I guess. So that's the level 15 version. That's the Legion one. Go faster, Riz. Vanguard. Mastermind. And Ritualist. Although the cosmetics don't really have anything to do with the archetype, but... Loves our kills for male characters? Hell yeah. Yeah, Fiend of Abaddon, that's what it's called. That guy's cool. The Warlock comes April 28th. He's not released yet. It's like males don't wear pants in Sanctuary. I'm sure they'll have pants options. Probably. Yeah, waiting on these minute-long cooldowns is brutal. Yeah, look at that guy. Quickly explaining the new skill tree stuff. So, basically, they made it to where they removed all passives from the skill tree. And so, like, each spell, like, say that's one of your spells. Spell. Then you get 3 main options. And so, like, say this is a fire spell. You'll have, like, 2 fire options, and then, like, 1 option that'll turn it into something else. It's not necessarily like that for every spell, but just as an example. And then beyond that, there's basically, like, 2 side branches with, I guess these are circles. And you get to pick, like, you can put up to 15 points here, and then you can put, like, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. So you can pick one of these, one of these, one of these, and put up to 15 points there, if that makes sense. And you can do that for every spell. Is Season 12 just filler? Kind of. The expansion will be Season 13. Assuming that they actually... maybe they don't do a season with the expansion launch. We don't know that yet. They did with Vessel of Hatred, so I'm expecting that they will, but they haven't announced anything, so we don't know yet. I have to repeat myself a million times. It happens. It happens. Kind of the nature of streaming. Especially streaming on TikTok, because people swipe in, hang out for a couple minutes, swipe out. New people cycle in. But that's okay. Debating on playing Season 12 just because it's so short. I'll be playing it for sure. I'm excited. Season 12 out next Wednesday. Am I playing Warlock? I'm going through video that I recorded when Blizzard flew me out to their headquarters back in January. The level cap will be 70. I'm trying to think, like, what's worth showing off. We didn't get to see Paragon, so I don't know about that one. Hello, bro. Were you like overwhelmed when you did this? Like, didn't know what to record? Yes, 100%. So I just kind of scrambled and got whatever I could. But like, if I could go back now, I would have handled it completely differently. If I get invited back to do this again, I'll definitely be going in with a different mindset for sure. Currently, we're watching through some of the footage that I recorded of the Warlock class in Diablo 4 a couple months ago. Yes, it's been like, what, like a month and a half now? Wild. I'm playing Diablo right now. Get him. So, the whole skull spinning around me thing, I thought that was pretty sick. I'm pretty sure I'm going to use that in my build when it goes live. That's the orbital modifier on, what is this called? I can never remember what this is called. Blazing Scream, I think. Just like having a flaming skull follow you around. They weren't kidding when they said that this was like the most metal class. What is this? This is Warlock gameplay. PTS? What's PTS? PTR? So not quite. Not quite. I'm not actually playing right now. This is footage that I recorded. Blizzard flew me out to an event where I got to playtest the Warlock, and my NDA finally lifted. I'm finally able to talk about it and show all the footage and stuff. Why do you have 2 essence down here? So you have 2. It's like Demon Hunter and Diablo 3. You have Wrath and you have Dominance. So it's a dual resource class. You want to play? You need it in your life? You want a minion warlock so bad? Yeah, the minions definitely work differently on this class. Like, it doesn't feel like a necro. Like, you have your one from your soul shard that like is just kind of always with you. But then like the rest, you're kind of casting them like for like temporarily until they like blow up or whatever. Riz said, and Dario hold my beer. I have my own skulls. Basically. NDA lifted. Can I give my honest feelings? I thought it was fucking rad.
Move.
Is it true the type of summon where you summon a massive demon hands that slashes the ground? Yup. I think that might have been on the first build that I played. I have too much footage. Yeah, this is a video. Season 12 starts next Wednesday. Massive AoE potential like you've seen in D2R. Armageddon is wild, but it is a 60-second cooldown. There are sigils and stuff that you can cast on the ground, but they're more like you cast on the ground and fight stuff within it. YouTube is about to be flooded with Warlock videos. I already have mine up. It's 30 minutes long. Have fun. Do I like Sork? I am a Sork main. This is the Warlock class. Oh yeah, that just so many explosions everywhere. There's the hands. It's turning into the Butcher only season. That is a season 12 thing. Yep. You know what you're doing on your lunch? Are the skill trees all redone? Yes. Yes. So we only had access to the Warlock. And I posted an article on my website, diablofilter.com, that has all of the skills broken down. Does it have fire, ice, lightning? So this has, it has Hellfire and Abyss are its 2 damage schools. So like if it looks this color, it's probably Hellfire. If it's like more of like a purplish, like grayish color, then it's Abyss. The UI looks a lot different.
Dominance.
In what way? Other than this having 2 resources, it's the same. Didn't look like getting off Vanguard put mount on cooldown. Oh, true. The Asmodean mount, I think it was what it was called. I think it'll be most OP. I think it'll be the most OP at launch for sure. But like other classes, they'll scale it back. From the enemies? I guess I'm not sure what you mean. I have a fart coming on. What class is this? The Warlock. No, the update's not live. This is footage that I recorded at Blizzard headquarters. So the update, so the season 12 update is next Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific time, and then the expansion is April 28th. Paid for it months ago, thought you were missing out? Nah. This is just footage that I got to record. We got to play it at level 40 in Nahantu, just dropped into a Helltide, and that was it. Do you think there'll be armor modifiers that increases both essence types at the same? Oh, you mean like legendary powers? Probably. So I will say we only saw maybe like 10 or so legendary powers. There's still a lot that we haven't seen. and we only saw level 40 stuff, so I'm sure it's going to get way crazier as we level up higher. When's this live? This specifically is April 28th. Stole a copy of D4 on a flash drive? Maybe. No, so that was funny. When they were kind of prepping us, like before the event, they basically said, if anybody puts a USB drive in one of these computers, security's going to come running. I didn't challenge them to see if that was real or not. Do you think they'll stealth drop it for season 12? No, I think 0 chance of that. Okay, maybe 1% chance, but I don't think so. Like, all of the advertising says April 28th for the Warlock specifically. Oh. Did we get our drops? I'm guessing drops are done. Gotta claim them. Claim! Got him. What am I playing right now? So I'm not playing anything. This is video footage that I recorded at the end of January at Blizzard headquarters. Do you think this is the last expansion / new character? I don't think so at all. I mean, we're only fighting Mephisto. We still have Baal. We still have Diablo. I think we're going to get several expansions after this. Fiend of Abaddon now costs 30 dominance and has no cooldown. Yes. Yep. You know the meta ultimate? Honestly, I don't know that I'm going to run an ultimate. And also, all the values that they had, probably not final. When is this? So this drops on April 28th. The new season, though, is next Wednesday, March 11th. I'm not playing the Warlock currently. This is just video that I'm running from when they flew me out to Blizzard headquarters to try it in January. And this is the footage that I'm finally able to talk about. Yeah, thank you for the subby. Appreciate it. The devs themselves confirmed that the Warlock will launch at the launch of Lord of Hatred, not earlier. Yeah, April 28th for the Warlock. So yeah, volatility, demon form, like there's a bunch of new tags on stuff. Let me translate that. I only speak English. When the Warlock comes out, April 28th. I remember saying to you nothing was going to drop for D2, you sneaky guy. I didn't know anything about the D2 stuff. So I knew that the Warlock was coming to D4. They did not tell us anything about D2. I had no idea. I was blown away. Pair that with Apogeac Fever and Vehement Brawlers both boost your damage, ultimate skill damage. Could be good. Could be good. Is this PTR? This is video footage I recorded at Blizzard HQ. There is no PTR for this. What GPU? Sorry, I totally missed that because it came with the sub. I have a 4080, personally. Yeah, this is part of the expansion. It comes out April 28th. However, there is a mini season coming out before that next week on Wednesday, March 11th. Warlock gameplay. They flew me out to try it out. I got to record 2 hours of footage. So we're just kind of playing through that right now. With the Warlock, did they already modify the skill tree? Yes. Yes. The skill tree is super cool. Yeah. Game changer. Are you allowed to explain how the skill tree works? If there are any changes. I mean, as far as I know, anything that I experienced, I'm allowed to talk about. I mean, actually, there is one thing that I should point out. On the higher level character, everything was unlocked but I did log on to the lower level version, and I noticed certain skills, like some of the modifiers unlock at later levels than others. There we go. So yeah, like on here, like these unlock at, what does that say? Like level 20, 30? I think that's a 20. And then that one looks like it unlocks. They're so small. I think I zoom in. With Warlock coming out, we get a new season. The Warlock comes out with a new expansion. Okay, so there you go. There you go. So that path unlocked at 20, and then individual nodes unlock at 36 or whatever. So yeah, the Warlock comes out with Lord of Hatred, April 28th. So that's the new expansion. The new season is next week, March 11th. How's AoE Burst? So we only had level 40 characters, so it's kind of hard to tell. And I was stressed out, okay? I wasn't really thinking clearly in that room. I was just trying to record as much footage as I could, not really paying attention to like the actual gameplay. I was just kind of hitting stuff. Next time I do this, okay, so yeah. So each one gets 12 points. I think I said 15 earlier. Each one gets 12 points. The whole thing can get up to 15. So 12 here, one on one of these, one on one of these, one on one of these. So 12, 1, 2, 3. What you've understood from season 12, the bloodied items are like chaos armor. Not exactly. So the bloodied items can drop in 3 different categories, but depending on if they're armor, weapon, or jewelry. And they give different kind of bonuses that are modified by your kill streaks. Is the skill tree out? The skill tree doesn't come out until April 28th. The reworks to the other classes and stuff. Season 12's next Wednesday. Warlock did not get a shadow drop. This is footage I got to record at Blizzard headquarters. Just the random demon sounds in the background. Gotta love that. Stacks damage like Chaos Armor did, so it's multiplicative. It's still... So if it's multiplicative, it's still multiplicative. Love how they said season 12 is releasing on the 11th. Yeah. Which is weird. Everybody thought it was going to be the 10th, so it seems like they're moving away from the Tuesday launches, and now they're just kind of doing it whenever the fuck. Because like season 11 we thought was going to be on Tuesday, and then they dropped it on after the Game Awards on a Thursday night, and now this new season's dropping on the 12th on a Wednesday, or the 11th on a Wednesday, which is weird. I'm about to call it a day at work and go game. No. This is not available yet. This was just me testing at Blizzard HQ. One of the coolest opportunities I've ever had. Like, as a content creator, this is like the peak thing that I've ever done. Very, 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 very excited.
Need more dominance.
Can all pray for late Thursday? I want Friday starts so I can just blast into the weekend.
Need more dominance.
Warlock gets Apocalypse? Yes. That's one of their ultimates. Apocalypse is on a 66.6 second cooldown, and you cannot reduce it with cooldown reduction. Oh, this is when I tried to leave the zone. Oh, never mind. I think they let me go that far. I just couldn't like leave. I think resource generation is key with CDR. Maybe. Thursday 5 p.m. start, then take 1 day off to get a 3-day weekend. Yeah. If you can afford to take a day off every single season, yeah.
With a few alterations.
I was like going through all the menus trying to see if I could find anything, like anything sneaky, like trying to find like what weapon types they could use, and like trying to find anything about the new crafting and fishing, and they had it locked down pretty good. I did see one thing. There's new resources for the Roger Cube, those right there. But like as far as what they do or how they're used, I don't know. But I made sure to record all of them. Warlock skills, yep. Every single skill. Every single skill. How do the fallen as pets work? Like bombs? Yeah, you basically launch them at your enemies and they just like blow up. Let's see. So like here's where I was going through all of the skills. So we can just go from the beginning. Or you can watch my video. You should do that anyways, but where do I go through the video? There we go. Is this out? Not yet. Not yet. So this is just footage I recorded a couple months ago. It comes out on April 28th. What was the max damage? I was level 40, so I wasn't even paying attention to damage numbers. Not big. Oh, I didn't even think. How's my video doing on TikTok stuff? Is there a season with expansion? They have not announced that yet. We know there's a new season starting next week on Wednesday. Season 12 starts on Wednesday. The Season of Slaughter, I think they called it. And that probably goes until the expansion. And then the expansion drops on April 28th. And we don't know if there's a season coming with that, but I would expect there is, like there was Season 6. No, Warlock comes out April 28th. This is just footage that I was able to record at Blizzard HQ. Witch Doctor vibes. A lot of people have been saying it has Witch Doctor vibes. Does the season come with free Reliquary? It's the same as the most recent seasons, I'm pretty sure. And then they're also doing a Doom the Dark Ages collaboration, which is pretty cool. I would say once it comes out, look at the cosmetics, and if they look good to you, buy it. But I mean, the season is just cosmetics, right? So I would wait till we see it all, and then decide from there. Also, there is a good chance I do often get giveaway codes for the season, so come hang out. Maybe I'll have some to give away. Maybe. Give me the dates of the giveaway. It would be when the season starts. So next Wednesday. Assume that if there's a seasonal quest will lead into Lord of Hatred? Probably. Probably. Yep, I do have a video on YouTube. And yeah, you should go watch it and comment and leave a thumbs up and do all the things. Is this PTR? No, they did a private test with creators and press and stuff back in January where they flew me out to try the class, and I was able to record 2 hours of footage. But yeah, so I think no, new season's next Wednesday. This is just footage from when I got to test out the Warlock. But with that said, I think I'm going to call this stream here because I probably need to go work on a video for season 12. But if you guys want to see more about the Warlock, you should go to my YouTube. I put out a 30-minute video covering all the skills and stuff. It definitely could use your help. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow for the PoE 1 League launch. That sounds fun. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!